Hello, I'm Richard and welcome back to my channel over and over and over again, the Positive Arsenal channel. This is Arsenal versus Rapid Vienna live watch along. Hello, how you doing? Yes, Richard back again on over and over and over again. This is going to be a live watch along of the Arsenal versus Rapid Vienna game in the Europa League. I am just struggling at the moment to get a stream that's working. So if anybody's got a link to a stream anywhere they want to put in the comments, that would be quite useful at the minute because my usual streams are not working. But anyway, we will deal with that in a minute. Before we go any further, I think it's quite important that we get on with this. So this is the Arsenal team that's starting this game. A lot of people have been thinking it's a back three, but I actually think it's a back four. So it's Renarson in goal. I think it's Cedric at right back, Mustafi and Mari. Mari's back from injury. That's really good news, isn't it? Let's hope he gets through the game without too many problems. And then it looks like Kolasinac is going to be left back. It looks like Elneny and Maitland-Niles are maybe going to be the two sitting midfield players. And then we've got two wide players by the look of it in Pepe and Reece Nelson. And Lacazette and Nketiah up front. I mean, it almost could be 4-4-2, but Lacazette last week played very deep, didn't he? So I don't know whether that's the plan again. But it's a reasonably decent lineup, I think. It's good to see Mari back. That's the big news, isn't it? Let's hope that he can put in a good performance and get some minutes in his legs. Because I think we're going to need him, aren't we? Certainly looking at Sunday with the situation with David Luiz still maybe injured as well. So that's that. The Rapid Vienna side is there. I don't know too much about them, but I know they've made 6 changes actually from the first game that we played against them back in October, including the dangerous Fortas, who of course scored their goal that night, caused us a lot of problems. He's not even in the squad, so I'm guessing he must be injured. But there are 6 changes. This is the substitutes for both sides tonight. Arsenal seem to have more substitutes than Rapid Vienna for some reason. I don't know whether they just brought less players. But obviously we've got a reasonably strong bench, haven't we? With a lot of first-team regulars such as Leno, Tierney, Saka, Ceballos, Willian, Holding, Willock. Willock been playing in the Europa League, hasn't he, lately? The fact he's on the bench tends to suggest to me that he may well be looking to play, or Arteta maybe looking to pick him for the North London derby on Sunday. And Balogun and Aziz are both on the bench as well, which is good. Hopefully Balogun can get on. Maybe a little bit surprised he didn't perhaps start this game after his great performance last week. But anyway, it's at least he's on the bench and he can come on like he did last week and hopefully get a goal if necessary. So they're the 2 teams. They're the substitutes there. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about the team lineup. Do you think it's a 4-4-2 or a 4-4-1-1 possibly? I mean, technically, it could even be a 3 at the back, couldn't it? Because if you look at the team there, it could be 3 centre-backs, Mustafi, Mari and Kolasinac, and you could have Cedric and Maitland-Niles as the wing-backs. But then it kind of leaves a midfield of Elneny, Pepe and Nelson, which maybe wouldn't really be much of a midfield, really, would it? I wouldn't have thought, because you've got 2 wide players and a central player. So I don't know. I think it's 4-4-2, but we'll see. Good to see Paul in the chat there. Hope you're going to enjoy the game. Let's hope it's a decent game. Actually, I'm hoping I can still get a stream because at the minute I'm struggling to get one for some reason. I don't know why they're not working like they normally do. But I will see if I can get something else. But we'll see what I can do. But anyway, obviously it's not really a big game as such tonight, is it? It's we're already qualified, and I think a point tonight's enough to win the group, isn't it? So I would imagine that that's got to be the aim. It is a reasonably strong side he's picked. I thought he may have gone a little bit weaker with a few of the more younger players in the starting lineup tonight, obviously with the North London derby on Saturday. So I don't know whether or not we're going to see perhaps more of an idea of who's going to play on Sunday. Looking at the team tonight, you know, a lot of people on the bench are probably going to be in with a shout, aren't they, playing in the derby on Sunday? So, you know, possibly Holding, Willian, Willock. They may well be starting that game. Saka, we'd probably expect Tierney and Ceballos probably to start. Some players have got to rest completely now. Aubameyang obviously in the squad. I'm not sure whether or not there has been rumours, hasn't there, that he's not happy at the club and wants to leave. I don't know how true that is. I find that difficult to believe, if I'm honest. the fact he just signed his contract and what have you. But it's not looking good. There does seem to be a few issues going on at Arsenal at the moment, which is not great, is it? So let's hope that none of that's true. So, Paul, I'd just like to see us just relax and enjoy a game of football. Yeah, exactly. That's what I like about the Europa League. I've enjoyed the Europa League this season for that reason, because one, we're winning games, which is a bonus, and secondly, it has been more relaxed. We had a reasonably comfortable group, didn't we? Let's be honest. It wasn't a difficult group, and it's a group that we should be looking at getting through from. And obviously, if we can do that, then which we have done, it's now a matter of looking to the knockout stage coming up in the new year, isn't it? So it is nice to enjoy a game and be relaxed. And Kevin from Wet Jersey as well. Yeah, it's been quite wet here as well, actually, at the moment. Of course, this game tonight sees the fans back in the stadium, doesn't it, for the first time since March? I know it's only 2,000, which isn't, it's not great, is it, only having that few fans in the ground? But I guess it's better than nothing. It's a start, and hopefully it won't be long before we've got a lot more fans in. Somewhere, back into the sort of number of fans that we maybe would want to have in. Jonathan's in as well. Hi, Jonathan, thanks for watching. See how Mari gets on. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a big bonus having him back, actually, because with one or two injuries in defence, I think that it's good that he's back. And hopefully, like you say, he can have a decent game, get through it without too many injury problems. It'd be nice to have him in the team, because we didn't really see much of him, did we? Unfortunately. When he joined, he had a couple of games, played quite well, I thought, in actual fact. And then for one reason or another, he got injured and we haven't seen him since. So it's good that he's back. It's good that he's fit. And hopefully he can put in a good performance tonight. I'm assuming the game must be about to start soon. I still can't get a stream for unknown reasons. So I said, if anybody's got any links anywhere, if you want to send them to me, that would be much appreciated, because I am struggling at the minute. It's going to be quite tricky to do a watch along if I can't watch the game myself. But anyway, I'll see what happens. I'm sure I'll be able to get one eventually. It's just all my usual feeds seem to be. I don't even know why actually it's not working for some reason. It's a bit annoying. But anyway, I'll try and refresh them and see if I can get anywhere. Here we go. Just as I say that, I refreshed it and we suddenly get a stream. And they're just showing some fans in the ground. It looks a bit strange with all the carrier bags on the seats and stuff like that. But anyway, it's good to see fans in the stadium again, all spaced out. It looks rather strange, I've got to be honest. I've just seen it now, all in straight lines and very strange. And as Paul says, there are more fans in the Emirates tonight than there normally is at the Etihad. He's definitely right, isn't he? So that's one bonus, I suppose. We've just kicked off, actually. It's Rapid Vienna kicked off. They're attacking the goal to our left, which is, of course, the North Bank at the Emirates. If people are kind of familiar with the stadium. Arsenal in the blue kit, actually. I've worn my red top when it was a mistake because we were in blue. I don't know why we're in blue. Could be to do with the white that Vienna have on their kit with the white sleeves and the white shorts. But I'm sure as we're at home, they should have maybe changed their kit. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I quite like the blue kit anyway. So let's hope that we can put in a good performance tonight in the kit that we've got on, which will be a bit of a change to the last few weeks in the Premier League anyway. So yeah, we've just started to say I'm maybe a little bit behind some of you guys, but I generally am because I'm too tight to pay for Sky or BT, but there you go. So Rapid Vienna, it's a bit of a scrappy start actually, to be honest. No one's really got any passes together. Lacazette's just played the ball into Pepe. He's got it back and he looks like he's got a runner outside him to the left who's just got the ball. It was Kolasinac, I think it was, played it inside, but it was a poor pass and Vienna can break a long ball over the top, but Renarsson's out to collect it. Of course, he's not letting a goal yet, has he, Renarsson, in the side? Yeah, 2 games, 2 clean sheets in the Europa League. We've got a Spurs fan in Mark. He's actually coming on. I know he was going to come on the show, but he's not now. He was going to. 11 changes a lot. Yeah, exactly. It is 11 changes a lot, but it's still a strong side, isn't it? I mean, these are players that have generally played a lot of minutes in the Premier League for us over the last couple of seasons. So it's a strong side. Obviously, the changes in mind for obviously our game on Sunday, which is going to be interesting. I did see a bit of the Spurs game earlier. Actually, I think it was 1-1 when I don't know whether that finished. Whether that finished 1-1. If someone can let me know, because I didn't see the final score. It was 1-1 when I last checked it. I've been spending the last half hour trying to get a feed for this, but anyway. So Rapid Vienna, of course, they did take the lead, didn't they, when we played over there? But of course, it was that Fortas, a striker, who's not in the squad tonight. I'll say he must be injured because he was their best player, I thought, in the first game. But they're coming forward again down our right-hand side. But Renarsson again's out quickly. Some said it finished 3-3. Wow, what a game! It was 1-1 last time I saw it. It was quite a long way to go at that stage. And they've got the experience of it. Yeah, hopefully we will have. Yeah, I mean, I want us to win this game comfortably because it'd be nice to go through 6 out of 6 in the group, wouldn't it? You know, it's nice to do that, and also as well, hopefully, it can build a little bit of momentum for the Premier League. But so far, that hasn't happened because we've won every Europa League game and then we've lost every Premier League game or drew. So yeah, it was 3-3. Wow, I mean that surprises me. I know Tottenham were losing 1-0 and then it was 1-1. Keep dropping comments in. It's good to hear from you guys that's watching as well. It's always nice to hear your thoughts as well. So, I mean, 3-3 was a good game. I wouldn't mind 6 goals in this one, especially if we're going to score most of them. But we'll see. I don't take anything for granted these days watching Arsenal. The last few years have been hard at times, but this season in particular has been very difficult. But the only way is up, I suppose. So Spurs had Son, Bell, and Dembele and Hart. Wow. So good. Cracking finish from that last minute. Joe Hart a bit suspect. Well, let's hope that Joe Hart plays on Sunday then, because that'll be nice, wouldn't it? Although I'm pretty sure he won't. But anyway, so we're 3.5 minutes odd into this game. It is 0-0. There's not really anything happened yet. There's not really been any chances. Good to see. Nice to see. Yeah, it's nice to see fans back. Like, it looks a bit strange the way that they're all lined up in straight lines and very few of them, but it is a start, and hopefully it is the start of starting to get some good numbers back in the stadiums again, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, we all want to be back and watching the games live again, but how long it's going to take to get good numbers back in, we'll have to wait and see. But it is nice. It's a start, isn't it? And I'll say, you know, great to see him back tonight. It's been a long time, hasn't it? March, the last time Arsenal had fans in the stadium, well, anybody did, a long time ago. So it is nice to get a few in there tonight. I'm sure they're enjoying the experience again, although it'll be very different, won't it, with all the restrictions in place as well. I was looking through earlier on, actually, the stadium regulations for tonight, and it all seems a little bit, seems to be a lot of stuff that you've got to be thinking about, rather than, you know, we just used to turn up, go in and enjoy yourself, and it seems like you can't really do that at the moment. But I guess that will come eventually, won't it? But we'll wait and see. But also at the moment, they're attacking down the right hand side. Maitland-Niles and Cedric have just combined well there, but Cedric's overrun it and it's gone out for a goal kick. But I say it's been quite a scrappy first 5 minutes. Actually, we haven't really done a lot yet in attacking sense, and neither have they. It's a bit of a scrappy game so far, but it's still early days, isn't it? And I'm sure we've been quite slow starting a number of these Europa League games, actually, and of course our home form has been quite poor. So let's hope that you know, we can get a good win here tonight, and maybe get some confidence back, because we've got some important games coming up over the next few weeks, coming up to Christmas. So we need to get some momentum built up at the Emirates as well. Maybe the fans, it might help us. You know, maybe that's what's been the problem. But the way they're all spaced out, I just can't get my head around it. I'm afraid it just looks rather. It looks a bit like they're not real fans. It looks like it's just cardboard cutouts stuck in red seats. But anyway, you know, normally you'd see fans standing up, jumping around, and all that kind of stuff, and they're sort of sitting there with their masks on, politely clapping every so often, which is a little bit weird. But anyway, so Jonathan's there saying there'll be fans at the darts in December, but they aren't allowed to dress up. Well, obviously, dressing up's dangerous, isn't it? Clearly, then, you know, wearing your normal clothes is all right, but wearing different clothes is not allowed. Seems a little bit strange. A couple of fans shouting, "Bring back Mesut." Well, there you go. So it's worth having fans in the ground for that, really, then, isn't it? We certainly need some inspiration from somewhere. It's going to be interesting in January, actually, to see. I mean, I had a conversation last night with someone who's not an Arsenal fan. They were sort of saying whether or not I think Mesut Ozil will come back in January. I mean, unless we sign somebody, we could do with him back in the squad. But if Arteta backs down and puts him back in, does that not undermine him and make him look a bit silly? I'm not sure. So we'll have to see what happens with that then. But we certainly need some creative player in there, don't we? It looks like a game of Guess Who. It does. It's just weird, isn't it? I can't get my head around it. I'm sorry. I don't really like it. You know, I like to see fans in there jumping around and cheering and singing and shouting, and that's what football's all about. You know, that's what it's always been about for me. And having to sit like that, I'm glad I'm not there, and I've got no intention of going if it stays like this. I'll wait until we can actually enjoy the experience properly again in the future. But anyway, let's hope it's not that long. Maybe in the new year, perhaps. It might be, but we'll see. But Arsenal now got a bit of possession down the left-hand side. It comes inside to Lacazette. He's quite deep again. Plays it forward. Oh, a nice little dummy. Pepe's in. Oh, he pulled it back. He was looking for Lacazette, but it was cleared away by the Rapid Vienna number 6. And it's gone out for a corner. But there was quite a good move there, actually. Lacazette played it into Nketiah, I think it was, who let it run. It ran through to Pepe on the left-hand side, and actually, I think it might have been El Neni, and his cross was looking for Lacazette, but the defender got in the way and blocked it for a corner. But all the defenders are up. Mari's up, Mustafi's up. So Reece Nelson's taken it. It's out on the left-hand side, the far side. So he's going to swing this in with his right foot, and let's see if one of the defenders or somebody can get a touch on and get us the lead. He's played it short, actually, to Pepe. Is he going to try and go past his mate? It comes back to Nelson on the edge of the box, clips it towards the far post, and it was a hit on the volley there from Mustafi, but it was a typical defender's kind of attempts at goal, really, a complete miss kick that went wide. It's good to see some of the fans standing up there, but still not a lot of jumping and shouting about. Jonathan thinks, I can't see Ozil coming back. I'd like to see him back, but I can't see him coming back. Oh, it seems like there's a bit of cheering going on in the crowd, which is nice to see. Let's hope we can give them something a bit more to cheer about as well as the game goes on. I say it'd be nice to get Ozil back because of just of how much we need him. But I don't know. I think that Arteta would be very undermined, wouldn't he, if he brought him back? Having said it was his decision, I'm still not quite sure if it was. But anyway, we'll see what happens in January. Now it's not long to wait, is it? And we'll find out what's going to happen. But Arsenal are building another attack. It's a shot from distance. Oh, what a goal that is! Lacazette, I think it was Lacazette. It was Lacazette from about 30 yards. What a goal that is. Fantastic shot. Quite similar to a couple of goals he scored before, actually. One at Tottenham, actually, last year was a similar kind of strike. This is a great goal. Not a lot's happened so far in the game, but that's come out of the blue. A bolt from the blue there, Lacazette. He got the ball up midway inside the Vienna half. He took a few strides forward, say about 25, 30 yards from goal, and he struck it into the corner. Great goal. It's his first goal for a while as well, so hopefully that might give him a bit of confidence as well. An absolutely fantastic goal that was. They're just showing a replay of it now. It was a mistake, actually, from the Vienna defence. He got the ball. It took 2 touches, and wow, that is a great strike. That's probably 30 yards, that. Fantastic goal. It was Vienna gave the ball away just in midway inside their half, and then it's just curled away from the keeper. A fantastic strike, and hopefully that can give Lacazette some confidence. It looked like he got a deflection, but I don't think it did. I think it's just bent. I mean, what a strike! There's a keeper just slightly moved. He slightly moved to his left, and then the ball kind of swerved the other way and went into the other corner of the net. So it's a good start from Arsenal. It's what we needed, and hopefully now we can settle down. And we can push on and win this game quite comfortably. But what a strike that was. Must have been 30 yards out. That's a great goal. After a fairly nondescript first 10 minutes, we've just scored a great goal. Pepe has just done a cross that went into the side of the goal, quite typically of him, really. But anyway, it did really swerve, yeah. Could have done with Uber player just try and break. Yeah, I think so. At least have him on the bench, maybe because he did score, didn't he, against Vienna in the first game of the group when we won 2-1, and he came on and scored that night. And it would have been a good opportunity for him probably to get a few goals in this game, perhaps, because it looks as though we've got goals in us maybe tonight. Vienna don't look as though they certainly not playing with the same intensity they played in their stadium a few weeks ago when we played them before. So this is a game set up for us to really go on now and score a few goals. Maybe Pepe can have a bit more influence on this game. Arsenal coming down the right hand side this time. Reece Nelson puts a cross in, but I think it got deflected. I look like it got deflected off Nketiah, but it's actually a corner. Must have come off the Vienna defender. So it's 12 minutes gone, and Arsenal had a short corner. Actually, Pepe's done well. Gets into the penalty area, whips it across. It's a diving header at the far post. It's gone wide. It was Mustafi again. That's 2 chances he's had now from the opposite side of the goal, but that one just went wide. It was a quick short corner actually between Nelson and Pepe. Pepe skipped past his man, got into the box and picked out Mustafi at the far post. He done well there, Pepe, actually. And it was a decent cross as well. And Mustafi's kind of come off the side of his head, and if he had headed it back the way it came into the bottom corner, it would have been a goal. But that's another chance Mustafi's had. He's not scored this season, has he? I know he's not played much. He generally pops up with a few goals, doesn't he? 2 or 3 goals every season normally. So he didn't quite do much with that one, unfortunately. But Arsenal really sort of on top of this game completely at the moment. It's all being played in the Rapid Vienna half. Arsenal coming forward again. Cedric now down his right-hand side. He's got Nelson outside him. He gives it to him and gets it back. Now Elneny, and then of course back from his COVID test positive that he had, of course, and Kolasinac as well. They're both playing tonight, having tested positive on international duty. So it's good to have them back. Clearly, they wasn't severely affected by it, was they? If they're fit to play. So yeah. So yeah, John said it's always good for strikers to get confidence. Yeah, Wenger liked teams to get a few goals pre-season when they went to Austria. Yeah, playing poor side. Well, it looks like this is quite a poor Austria side at the moment. It certainly looks that way, which I'm a little bit surprised about because I thought they played pretty well in that first game. So, but I say they've made a lot of changes to the side. Whether they've got a more important domestic game coming up at the weekend like we have, I'm not sure. But maybe this is a slightly weaker Austria side, and they're certainly not at the moment. Certainly, they're not playing particularly well. We're dominating this game. There's no pressure on the ball at all. We're just knocking it around really comfortably at the back at the moment. And then he's got the ball just inside the centre circle, plays it to Mustafi, coming forward now. He plays it into the feet of Nelson. Suarez plays it back up the line. That's a good run actually from was it Nketiah? Nketiah got the ball there, tried to keep it in, and he's won a corner. He's done well actually. The ball was maybe a little bit overhit, looked like it was running out of play, but he's chased after it well there. Nketiah, good work right there, and he did well to win a corner from that. So I also got another corner. We've had 3 or 4 corners, and it was actually off the defender Hoffman, not Dustin Hoffman. I don't think it doesn't look like Dustin Hoffman. But anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal. I think it may be the 4th or 5th corner that we've had. They've all been short so far. I wonder if we're going to actually put one into the box because all the defenders are up again. Mare and Mustafi are in there. Elneny's in there. So Pepe takes it short again this time to Nelson. He gets it back. He whips the ball in, but it's not a great cross. It's easily headed out by the Rapid defence. And now Arsenal got the ball again on halfway line. It's with Maitland-Niles. Good to see him back in the team, actually, Maitland-Niles. He's not been given much of a run in the Premier League yet, has he? But he's been playing in the Europa League a few times. And just as I mentioned him, Paul was commenting about Ainsley. Yeah, I mean, I'm pleased he's playing tonight, actually. I'm quite surprised he's not had a bit more game time in the Premier League because, you know, we've lacked a little bit of energy in midfield and he can certainly do a job in there, which he seems to be where he's playing tonight. So unless Arteta's maybe thinking about playing him there on Sunday, maybe. Not sure, but I also got a free kick at the moment on the far touchline. Lacazette was fouled. So best position. I would say his best position is probably in midfield, centre midfield. I think he's got the energy, and I think he's got the. I think he's suited to that role. I mean, I said a year, well, maybe 18 months ago, that he reminded me a little bit of Michael Thomas because he started playing right back, didn't he? And then got into central midfield, and you know, a lot of energy, could make them late runs into the box. I'm not quite sure he's quite as a composed a finisher as Michael Thomas was, but I can see him playing that role. He's just not really played it enough, has he? He tends to be stuck out wide. Vienna have just dealt with that free kick. It's gone out for another Arsenal corner, which no doubt they'll play short again. But yeah, I think maybe Ainsley should be given a run in midfield, especially at the moment when that's the one position in the team where we're really lacking, aren't we? You know, we don't seem to have a lot of energy, or we don't seem to have a lot of legs in midfield, do we? In a lot of the games, so I think that I'm quite surprised he's not he's not played him more there, because it'd be nice to get him a run in the team. I mean, my stream just froze and has come back again. We've got a call anyway, which I don't know if Pepe is going to take it. He's gone over there. No, he isn't. No, I think it's going to be Reece Nelson again. This corner is from the far side, the Arsenal left. It looks like Reece Nelson's going to curl it in with his right foot, or is he going to go short again? No, he does curl this one in, and it's a header. It's in. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Pablo Mari, I think it was, with the header. That's a great way to make your comeback, isn't it? With a goal, just 17 minutes into his comeback. That's a fantastic way to get back in the side, isn't it? After all that long injury that he's had, he's been out of the team since the first game back in lockdown, wasn't it? Which was in June. So it's been a long time. He's just applauding the crowd. He looks delighted with it, actually, and it was a good header, actually. The first time we played a long corner into the box, he just got round the back of his marker, about 12 yards out, and lovely header actually into the far corner. So in off the post, I think it went. Yeah, it did go in off the post. So it's 2-0. Great start from Arsenal, but I say this Rapid Vienna side, let's not make any bones about it. They're not very good, and it's been a comfortable first 20 minutes or so for Arsenal here. But a good header from Nelson's corner makes it 2-0. And as Paul said there, yeah, Mari, absolutely fantastic. Poor defending, decent. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. That sort of sums up the game so far, really. Poor defending from Vienna and a good few opportunities. And Mark's in as well. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Good to see you in and watching. We're coming forward again now, actually. This could be embarrassing for Austria Vienna, actually, or Rapid Vienna, sorry. If we can get a few more goals, because every time we attack, you feel that we might score. But it might be good for our confidence anyway. But we'll see. Nenny's got the ball at the moment, midway inside the Rapid Vienna half. He plays it out wide to Cedric, who plays it up the line to Nelson. Nelson's had a lively start, actually. He played well last week as well, didn't he? He must be in with a shout, surely, of getting in the side in the Premier League, maybe even on Sunday. Willian's on the bench tonight. It'd be interesting to see if maybe they swap later on to maybe give Nelson a rest. Because I'd throw him in on Sunday, actually, because he has been playing well. And he's a lot more direct, isn't he, than Willian? So we'll see. We should bring on Balogun and Smith Rowe, Jonathan. Yeah, I don't know about half time, but I definitely want Balogun on the pitch tonight, because this is the sort of game where he could score some more goals, couldn't he? And that would be great for his confidence as well. And yeah, it'd be nice to see. I'm a bit surprised Smith Rowe didn't start this game, actually. Quite surprised he didn't. But anyway, you can never read Arteta, can you, what he's going to do, who he's going to pick. But yeah, I'm a bit surprised he didn't maybe start Smith Rowe. Oh, that's a lovely ball through. Reece Nelson's clear. Oh, it's a heavy touch, and it ran through to the goalkeeper, who reminds me of Petr Cech with his kind of head gear on there. He looks a bit like Petr Cech anyway, but I remember from the first game I thought the same. But you've just overran it there, Nelson. His first touch was just a little bit too far ahead of him, and the goalie could come out and grab the ball. I mean, Austria there, Vienna rather just played an aimless ball down the wing. It's just gone straight out for a goal kick. They're really, really poor this side. We've played. This is our third home game so far in the group stage, and the previous two teams I actually thought were the weaker two teams, and yet they've produced better performances so far than what Rapid Vienna have, which I'm very disappointed in them. I thought they was going to be better than this. I predicted before the game in my video that I released yesterday that we would win this game 2-0. Just thinking of how strong that they played in the previous game. But the way they've started this game, really now, this could be anything, couldn't it? 5-6-0, really. But we'll see. No doubt we'll take our foot off the gas in the second half, and it'll end up 2-0 after all. But we'll see what happens. We've just got a free kick, just inside our own half, really. And then he's got the ball. They're pressing us a little bit more now, actually. It was far too comfortable for us before, knocking it around at the back, and now they are pressing us a little bit, which might help us to open them up a bit more. But anyway, Mustafi's now got the ball about 25 yards inside the Arsenal half, and he's gone all the way back now to Renarsson. So he's still not letting a goal for Arsenal in 2 games and 20 21.5 minutes. So that hopefully you can keep another clean sheet. And also just say comfortably knocking it around at the back at the moment. Quite impressed with Renata's distribution. To be honest, I've been quite impressed with him all round. I know he's had reasonably easy games, hasn't he, to play. He's not really had to make too many saves. He made one save early on against Dundalk, didn't he? He hasn't had to really do a lot other than that in the games he's played. So it's been comfortable for him. But I've been pretty impressed with his all-round play, actually. He does look good with the ball at his feet, comfortable with it, and he looks like he could be a very good backup goalkeeper. And I think it's important to have a good backup goalkeeper, as we saw last season, didn't we? When Leno got that bad injury and was out for the rest of the season, it was good that we had Martinez to come in and do a great job. And I was a little bit concerned about Renarson because there was a mistake there. Actually, he slipped over Mari, which gave Vienna a slight opportunity to come forward, but the ball's gone out for a throw-in. He just slipped, actually, Mari there. And the Rapid player just took the ball off him. But Arsenal have got a throw-in anyway. He does look promising, yeah. Leno's distribution does let him down. Unfortunately, this season, it's not the only thing that's been letting him down, is it? Because he's not been at his best, has he, unfortunately, so far this season. But he's a good goalkeeper overall. We know that. And I would say his distribution is definitely the weakest part of his game. Maybe crosses as well. He's not always assured on, is he? But anyway, Arsenal now looking for another attack. Lacazette, who is playing very deep. Of course, he got his goal from that position. So it's working at the moment. But he's almost playing in that sort of number 10 role, isn't he? Which is strange that we haven't got a player that can play a number 10 role. Which is why we're having to play a centre forward there. But anyway, then he breaks up the play and kicks the ball. Yeah, he does. He's nice and neat and tidy, isn't he? He doesn't do anything flash or clever. He just gets the ball and tries to look for a teammate or drive forward with the ball, which when he doesn't play, the midfield that we've had of Ceballos and Xhaka don't really do that, do they? They don't bring the ball forward. So, I like Elneny. He's certainly been playing really well this season, hasn't he? And his partnership with Thomas Partey looks as though that could really, really work well. I know at the moment, obviously, Partey's injured, which is a shame because it's just sort of starting to settle and have a couple of good games, and now he's been out, and it looks like he's going to be out for Sunday as well, which is a shame because I think we could have done with him in that particular game. But anyway, it's you can't help injuries, can you? So let's just hope that we can produce a performance on Sunday. As nice as it is to watch this game without any real pressure on, nice and relaxed, it's obviously going to be a lot different on Sunday, isn't it? Of course, bearing in mind that Spurs will have some fans in, 2,000 fans in as well. I'm not sure how much of an advantage 2,000 fans is in a 60,000 stadium, but anyway, and then he just kicked the ball straight out for a throw-in. He hit the pass, and I think it went for Cedric, and it went straight out for a throw-in. But we've just got a little bit sloppy actually the last 5 minutes, which is a shame. I wouldn't want to rush him back, because if we rush him back and he gets injured again, then we could be out. He could be out for ages. So I'm sure they won't play him unless he's ready to play. And if he isn't, then hopefully he will be ready in a few weeks. We've got a lot of games coming up, one after the other in December, haven't we? Really good squad player on any yet. No, I do well with better starters. Never lets you down. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I mean, I think Ray Parlour was actually a bit better than that. I think he was more than a squad player. I think for 5 or 6 seasons he was absolutely brilliant, Ray Parlour. But yeah, he is maybe more of an Edu type player. Yeah, I can definitely see the comparison there. But Edu did a really good job for us, didn't he, in the Invincible season? That's a great cross actually in there from Suarez. But Vienna cleared the ball out for a throw-in. Suarez got clear down the right-hand side. They're looking for Eddie. I think Eddie Nketiah needs a goal actually in this game, because he's looked a little bit out of sorts, hasn't he? Lacking confidence, which is a shame and surprising, because he's been scoring for England under 21, doesn't he, all season? Arsenal have now scored in their last 21 Europa League. Oh, that's a great stat there from Paul. Last 21 Europa League games. Well, yeah, but I suppose that's our level, isn't it? About 21 games too many. Well, it is. To be honest with you, a lot of people have said that, right? And the Champions League was really frustrating me. That's another goal. Oh, he's at the post. Lacazette there at the post. That was a good strike actually from the edge of the box. It was they didn't quite clear the ball. Vienna fell to Lacazette on the edge of the box. He had a first time shot. It was a cross, actually played into the box. I think it was Nelson again, found him on the edge of the box, and it beat the keeper at the outside of the post. It would have been another assist for Nelson, actually. He's had a good start to this game. And that was a good effort, actually, from Lacazette. If that had gone in, that would have been 2 great goals that he would have scored in this game. It just curled, it beat the keeper and didn't quite curl enough at the outside of the post. But yeah, talking about the Europa League, I wasn't enjoying the Champions League, probably because it was getting to the point where we just was never going to do much in it, was we? And we'd get to the knockout stage and we'd always get knocked out. And it just was frustrating me. And now we're in the Europa League. I know it's not the same, but at least we're going into that competition and you feel that we've got a chance of doing something in it, going a long way. You know, we've got to a final and a semi-final. Last season was obviously disappointing to get knocked out in the way that we did to Olympiacos. But this is a competition that I really feel we've got a chance of winning. And I never really felt that we did in the Champions League, certainly over the last 5, 6, 7 years that we were in it. We need to be in it for the financial side, probably. But I've actually quite enjoyed the Europa League. And if we're not in it again, if next season we're out of it and we're back in the Champions League, that'll be good. But maybe I'll miss it a little bit, actually. I don't mind Thursday night games either. I know a lot of people don't like them. But I actually don't mind Thursday night games. It just means playing on a Sunday, I suppose, which sometimes is a bit of a pain. But anyway, as Jonathan said, yeah, Partey's too important to risk. He definitely is. We've missed him a lot, haven't we? And he's only played about 3 games. That shows how many problems we've got in midfield. Don't mind the Europa League once. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, I was sick and tired of the Champions League, I must admit, for a long time. So Mr. Cup was, the Cup Winners' Cup was great, wasn't it? I mean, especially when we won it that time in '94. Only our second ever European trophy. That's the one thing that's let Arsenal down in our history, really, isn't it? European trophies. You know, we've lost a few finals and we've only won 2, and that's a little bit disappointing, isn't it? And we do need to put that right. And Europa League gives us a good chance, I think, of winning it and getting another European trophy. We should have won it, of course, a couple of years ago under Unai Emery, and even in Arsene Wenger's last season when that semi-final against Atletico Madrid, when we should have scored about 5 goals in the home leg, shouldn't we? And ended up conceding a soft equaliser when they had 10 men, and that cost us. But I don't think it's far off. I think if we stay in the Europa League for a couple more years, I definitely think we will win it. Hopefully this year, and then we can be out of it. But I'll say I've quite enjoyed it. I must admit, I have quite enjoyed it. Should have been in 2 finals. Yeah, exactly. I was just saying about that there. It comes Maitland-Niles, actually a good run. Oh, it's a great run. What a goal this will be. Oh, he's put it wide. See, I did just mention his finishing. He's not quite as cool in front of goal, is he, as Michael Thomas? But that was actually a Michael Thomas type burst from midfield, actually. Got himself into the box, cut inside his defender. Really good play, actually. And then it got to the finish, and that was what let him down. He stabbed the ball wide. Didn't really have the composure. What a great run that was. Burst into the box, and he just couldn't quite get the finish. He was put under pressure by the defender, to be fair. I think that maybe is where Ainsley is, unfortunately. He's not quite there, is he, in front of goal, but it's a good run. Yeah, the younger players get a chance, yeah, but younger players used to get a chance in the Champions League as well in the group stage, didn't they, quite often in some of the group games. The Atletico game, I think it was Koscielny, wasn't it, who made that mistake near the end to give Griezmann the goal, and that proved to be crucial, didn't it, the away goal. And then the second leg was just poor. Unless it's a penalty. Unless it's a penalty. No, he is cool at taking penalties. I'll give him that. He definitely is. But for some reason, when he's got the opportunities in the game, he doesn't seem to have that composure, does he? But anyway, I do still think that he can do a job for us in midfield. So let's hope that we maybe see him there a little bit more in the Premier League, because I do think he's got the energy and he gives us a little bit extra, I think, than we've had in midfield, certainly this season. So I'm a bit surprised he hasn't played more. But anyway, at the moment, it's a throw over the far side to Rapid Vienna. But we win the ball back quite comfortably, really. And now it's gone all the way back to Renarsson, who just kicks it, chips it actually towards halfway line, towards Nelson, who's beating his man, but it's just gone out for a throw. And Nelson having a good game again. He came on Sunday against Wolves, didn't he, and played well, I thought. And he certainly had a good start to this game as well. So he's knocking on the door, isn't he? I know Arteta said the other week that he felt as though the penny had dropped a little bit with Nelson. and you can see his performances have he's definitely up to level, hasn't he? In the last few appearances that he's had, he had a good game last week in the Europa League. He done well when he come on against Wolves, and he's having a good game tonight as well. So yeah, it's good to see. Finally, maybe Reece Nelson's going to become the player that we all maybe hoped that he would, which hasn't quite happened for him so far. But let's hope that now is a time for him to get a bit of a run in the team. Hi Luke, how are you doing? Very good, mate. Enjoying the game. Hope you're enjoying it as well. It is good to have a relaxed game, isn't it, for a change, without any pressure. Say a nice early 2-0 lead as well, which we don't tend to enjoy very often. Paul there thinks it's going to be 4-0. Well, it'd be nice if it was 4-0, wouldn't it? Laka to get another one. Well, Laka certainly looked quite dangerous, hasn't he, so far? He's got a great goal at the post as well. So he could do with some goals, couldn't he, to boost his confidence a bit going into the Premier League. I'm just assuming that because he's not starting this game, that Arteta isn't intending to start him on Sunday. But you never know. I mean, we are at home. There's not the travel involved, and I suppose it's no different to playing Wednesday, Saturday, is it? Which would be normal. So maybe he still might play on Sunday, mightn't he? Anyway, a couple of these players might actually. I'm looking through the team. Yeah, Lacazette's probably the most likely. Nelson, I think, deserves a chance, but will he throw him into North London derby? I'm not sure. I've got a feeling it's going to be Willian again that will replace Pepe, but we'll see. El Neni as well. It's good to get him some minutes tonight. I don't know if he'll play the full game. I've got a feeling he might come off in the second half at some point for Willock. But the fact Willock's on the bench, maybe he might be starting on Sunday. But we can't really, it's hard to predict the team Arteta's going to pick in any game, isn't it? Let alone the game on Sunday. But we seem to be settling into this 4 at the back now, don't we? So I'm guessing that's how we'll play on Sunday. Lacazette again just gone past his man. Plays the ball through to Nketiah, but he couldn't quite get under control, and it's rolled through to the goalkeeper. Lacazette's actually looking quite good in that number 10 position in this game. He's maybe struggled there in a few of the other games previously, but he's looking lively tonight, obviously with a captain's armband as well. So, maybe we'll get another goal or something tonight. Maybe get a hat-trick would be nice, wouldn't it? But Rapid Vienna trying to play the ball out from the back, really sloppy again. We almost won it back, but it's gone out. It was actually Pepe there Pepe's actually playing on the left-hand side and Reece Nelson on the right, which maybe is better anyway because Pepe can be more direct on the left. He can go past people and get a crossing rather than always having a cut back inside, which he has to on the right. But anyway, Rapid Vienna coming forward now. It's down our left-hand side, down there right. It's a dangerous cross into the box actually, and he's headed behind for a corner. I think that was it Pablo Mari. It was a good ball into the box actually from Kitagawa from the right hand side. It was a decent cross. I think it might have been Cedric Suarez actually that headed it behind. No one near him actually. He maybe should have got a shout off the goalkeeper. He could have left it. There was nobody near him. But anyway, it's now Rapid Vienna. I think it's their first corner, isn't it? See what they're going to do. They're going to put one into the box. It's a corner into the box, but we deal with it, and Pepe brings it out, but he loses the ball. This time it's down the left-hand side for Rapid Vienna, cross into the box, and again we clear it away. It wasn't a great delivery that either, so they're not lacking a bit of quality, aren't they, Rapid Vienna, which is a shame. Jonathan's worries about Willock. Yeah, I do as well. Yeah, but he does seem a little bit lightweight. Yeah, maybe out on loan. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe stick him in the Championship, so that'll beef him up a bit because it's quite a physical league, isn't it? Maybe that could do him some favours. Maybe playing the Championship for a while. He frustrates me a bit, Willock, because you can see he's got ability, and he just seems to be lacking something, doesn't he, to go to that next level. The player that he could potentially be, and so far hasn't managed to be. But that's similar to quite a few of our young players, isn't it? I think Maitland-Niles is another one. Reece Nelson's been another one, although he seems to be playing a lot more consistently now. So it does seem to be a problem with our younger players. They may be just lacking little something, aren't they? Very good players, they are, all of them, but they just maybe not quite there yet, are they? For one reason or another, maybe it's just because they've not played enough. Maybe that's the reason. Um, Willock's had a lot of games, hasn't he? So that's not really an excuse for him, and he hasn't quite pushed on as I hoped he might. But he's still got time. He's still relatively young, isn't he? And hopefully he will, because I think he's got the ability there, hasn't he? And he does give us a little bit extra from midfield with his running in behind, which most of our midfield players don't seem to want to do very often. But Arsenal build another attack now. It's in the middle of the pitch, midway inside the Vienna half. Come right out to this near side with Cedric Suarez. He's got Ainsley Maitland-Niles actually outside him, so he cuts back inside to El Neni. Or El Neni's give the ball away actually inside the centre circle. It's a 3-on-2 briefly, but El Neni's worked hard to get back. It was a poor pass anyway. We just get to win the ball back again. That seems to be what's happening in this game. Every time we do lose the ball, when we've got a little bit sloppy, Rapid Vienna just haven't had the quality to make anything of it, and we've managed to quickly win the ball back. So 38 minutes gone, and it's Arsenal comfortably 2-0 up, playing reasonably well against what has to be said are very, very poor opposition. Lacazette there, all he was taken off after the ball had gone. It's going to be a free kick and possibly a yellow card. Late challenge on Lacazette there is going to be a yellow card for number 31, who is Tracy Ullman, 1980s reference, if anyone remembers her. It's looking good at the minute. I've actually got a Tottenham fan coming on tomorrow now, but you're more than welcome to maybe join in as well if you want. It'd be, I'm sure our other Tottenham fan would be happy to have a little bit more support. I'm sure we can sort that. 80% of it's right. Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly right. But I think that sums up a few of our young players, doesn't it? A bit of a David Platt, yeah. That's what we need, don't we? A goal scorer for midfield. It's the one thing in our team that we just haven't had, have we? Obviously, since Aaron Ramsey went, and a certain other number 10 who's not been playing, who did score goals from midfield. Since they've not been playing, we don't have that goal scoring threat in midfield, do we? You look at their numbers for goals from midfield last season. Obviously this season as well, it's just not enough, is it? You need to have some of your midfield players chipping in. Tracy Ullman was great in free of a kind. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a 1980s reference. I'm glad somebody picked it up. She made a couple of songs as well, didn't she? She had a couple of hit singles. I think I remember one was quite a good song that she had. They Don't Know, I think it was called. 1983, I think it was out. So yeah, just seems weird seeing their player called Ullman. That was all just made that spring to me head really. So they've got Dustin Hoffman and Tracy Ullman in their team. Perhaps no wonder we're winning 2-0. We've got a free kick now on this near side. It's just about 10 yards in from the touchline. Probably about 20, 30 yards from goal. So it's just going to be swung in, probably by Nicolas Pepe. By the look of it, he takes his little run up. No, he goes over. It's Reece Nelson. Oh, very, very poor free kick. That didn't even get past the first man. But we win it back in midfield. That was a terrible free kick actually from Reece Nelson. And the goalkeeper's got the ball now. The Simpsons' first appearance. I didn't know that actually. I didn't know that it was the Simpsons. I remember her show in America actually. Yeah, the Tracy Ullman show. I always thought she was quite good. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a message, Mark. Yeah, it'd be good to get you on as well. I'm sure we can arrange that. It'd be good actually because it's always a good show. I like to talk about previous meetings between the clubs and players that's played for both teams and stuff like that. So there's always some good memories and stuff like that. And Melvin's coming on; he's got some great stories and some great memories. So that'll be good as well. So yeah, we can sort that out afterwards. I'm sure, not a problem at all. Our set piece is shocking, yeah. Although we did score the second goal from a corner. But yeah, we've played far too many short corners that I don't really like. If you get all your defenders up there, sling the ball in the box, and it worked, didn't it? Because that's how we scored a goal, the header from a defender. So we have to keep maybe doing that. But yeah, I think overall they have been poor at set pieces. We've got this new set piece coach, haven't we? And since we've got that, it doesn't seem like they've improved. But anyway, El Neni's just got himself a yellow card for a rugby tackle on Kitagawa. Midway inside our half. He's complaining. I don't really know why he's complaining. I think he clearly was. a yellow card. Oh, I don't know. Actually, it looked like looking in the replay. I don't think he actually saw him. He kind of ran on the blind side of him, and he did catch him there. But anyway, the guy from Brentford needs some. Well, yeah. I mean, I say since he's come in, our set pieces have not been very good, have they? So he needs to maybe work a bit harder on them. But anyway, it's Rapid Vienna have got a free kick at the moment, midway inside our half, just slightly to the right of the goal. Everybody's lined up on the edge of the 18-yard box in typical kind of set-piece defending fashion. We haven't got a wall. I don't think we're going to need one. It's just going to be chipped into the box, I would assume, which it is. And it's defended just about. We just defend it and get it away, and we just give away another free kick. No, the referee says play on. That was a good play there from Eddie Nketiah, but he's just giving the ball away. Actually, he did well initially to win the ball back, and then he gave it away. And Vienna now, that's a long ball, but from the halfway line goes straight out for a goal kick. Yeah, I mean, they're not very good, are they? Let's be honest. They're not very good at all. That was Dustin Hoffman actually with that long ball. He's their captain actually. He's certainly come a long way since Rain Man, hasn't he? Now he's captain in Rapid Vienna in the Europa League. So that's a bit of a career change there. But we've got a goal kick now with Renarsson. He looks like he's going to go long because all the defenders have moved up to halfway. So let's see where he goes with this. It's a good kick actually, deep into the Vienna half. Pablo Mari plays it up the line. Nice little bit of play this from Arsenal actually. Some nice one-touch passing. And it's a great ball actually. It's released Pepe. It's not a bad cross to Nelson. He sets it up. Oh, that's a save. He scored. It's 3-0. I think it's Nketiah. It is Nketiah. That was a good goal, actually. It was a good move. It was a rebound in the end. The first shot was saved, but Nketiah just headed in the rebound. That's a good goal, actually. It was a well-worked move. Some nice one-touch football out on the left-hand side. Mari was involved. Lacazette was involved. And then Reece Nelson was involved at the end. And that's another assist for Reece Nelson, actually. There's 2 assists he's got in this game already. So fantastic from him. And it's good for Eddie to get a goal as well, because I think he's been lacking a bit of confidence. But what a lovely bit of move! What a lovely move that was. Great ball, actually. It was Pepe who got clear down the left-hand side. Put first time ball into Nelson. He just laid it off. The first shot was saved, and then Nketiah reacted quickly to head it in. Lovely goal there, actually. Pepe, see on the left, puts a first time ball in, and it creates a goal. And Nelson with a lovely touch as well to actually set the chance up into the path of Nketiah. It's a good save by the goalkeeper, actually. He was a bit unfortunate that it ended up in the net because it was a good save initially, but a good goal from Nketiah. And Arsenal now really, really comfortable. So my 2-0 scoreline's gone. But for Paul's 4-0 is still very much on the cards. It could be 4-0 before half-time at this rate. We're into 1 minute of added time, so maybe not. But Arsenal have got the ball again, and it's a goal kick to Vienna. I'm sure that the half-time whistle's not very far away now. But yeah, another goal for Nketiah in the Europa League. That's his second of the season, and he's also got 2 in the Premier League as well, isn't he? Or 1 in the Premier League and 1 in the Carabao Cup. I think he's our top scorer now. Please from Nketiah, I am as well. Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, I think Nketiah has had plenty of opportunities, and he's been a bit hit and miss. He will score goals because he's that sort of player. And I think Balogun does deserve a chance. But yeah, we do need to try to develop them both if we can. Every time Eddie has scored, we've won. Oh, well, there you go. I didn't realise that, actually. But yeah, that probably makes sense. And I'm assuming that that is going to continue. As Jonathan said, yeah, I think that will continue now. We are 3-0 up at half-time. The half-time whistle's just gone. So, yeah, it looks like that stat will continue. I didn't realise, actually, that Eddie we'd won every single time Eddie had scored. So, I guess a lot of that's to do with the fact that he does tend to play in the cup games against the weaker sides that we should beat. But I'm pleased for Pablo Mari as well. He's gone off the pitch there, high-fiving a few of the medical team by the look of it, as all the fans disappear down into the concourse to get a drink and what have you. It still seems weird looking at the fans, the way that they're sitting there like that, all in lines and stuff like that. But anyway, it's half time now. So yeah, it was enjoyable first half. That nice and relaxed as it needs to be, I suppose, where you want it to be. And I suppose it might be a good time to do this. So yeah, it's half time. Yeah, Arsenal 3, Rapid Vienna 0. Really, really comfortable first half. That could even have been a few more goals actually. The first goal was 10 minutes in, Lacazette with a fantastic strike for about 30 yards. Vienna lost the ball in midfield. He picked it up, took a touch, drove forward, and then smashed the ball into the far corner of the net. An absolutely fantastic goal to end his recent goal drought and problems. And then not long after that, it was 2-0. We'd had a lot of short corners before that, but this was a corner put into the box by Reiss Nelson from the left-hand side, curled it in, and Pablo Mari on his return to the side after 5 months out injured, a good header actually, lost his man and flicked the header in, winning off the far post to make it 2-0. And that basically sealed the victory, really, to be honest. We could have scored a few more goals. Lacazette hit the post with a good effort, actually. That curled in rather, beat the keeper, curled in and just hit the outside of the post. Lacazette's looked quite lively in the number 10 role. And then just in the final minute and a half, we did get the third goal. Good move, actually, down the left-hand side. Mari, Lacazette, and then Pepe got clear, put the ball into the box for Nelson, and his lovely little touch into the path of Nketiah. His first shot was saved, and then he was able to follow up a header and put the ball into the corner for his second goal in the Europa League. And I think it's his 5th goal of the season, which makes him our top scorer, which is a bit unusual, isn't it, when he's not really a regular starter, but it just kind of shows the problems that we've had scoring goals. So yeah, it's a really, really comfortable first half. If we want to, I'm sure in the second half we can score as many goals as we want, really, because Rapid Vienna have been really, really poor. They've been the poorest team that we've played in the Europa League so far this season. The other 2 home games were comfortable victories, but we had to work for them. Dundalk set out to be really tight and difficult, and we finally got a breakthrough before half time and won 3-0. And then against Molde, of course, we went 1-0 down, didn't we? And they made it difficult for us. But this Vienna side have just been, they've just not turned up at all. They've been very, very poor. And we've punished them. They're just showing the replays of the goal. Now, that first goal from Lacazette, that swerved. I felt a bit sorry for the keeper there as well, actually, because it looked like he had it covered and it swerved away at the last minute, made him look stupid. But it's a great goal, actually quite similar to Alexis Sanchez's goal against Aston Villa in the FA Cup final in 2015. Very similar strike to that from a similar distance, similar kind of bend on the ball as well. So yeah, a really good goal that was to give us the lead. So they gave the ball away, actually, Vienna, and then they were definitely punished with that fantastic strike from Lacazette. So that's the first goal that we've scored at the Emirates Stadium with fans in since Lacazette actually scored against West Ham in March. So I suppose it was fitting that Lacazette should score that first goal, really, isn't it? Because I say he did get the last goal that we scored in front of any fans at the Emirates back in March. So that goal was a little bit scrappier than this one. That was a very good strike, actually, and flew into the net there. Of course, the second goal was a good header from Pablo Mari. What a great way to come back as well, isn't it, from that long injury that he's had. I do think he's going to be a big player for us, actually, in the second half of the season. I was impressed with what I saw of him earlier on when he did play a few games, in the early part of Arteta's reign before lockdown. So I'm expecting big things from him coming up for the rest of the season, really, and he'll give us some options at the back as well. Obviously, Gabriel's been so important, but at least he gives us an option to be able to rest Gabriel sometimes as well, because he's played a lot of games, hasn't he? And it's good to have another left-footed defender, central defender, playing. And so I'm pleased for him as well, actually. So yeah, it's been a comfortable first half. They keep showing replays this Lacazette goal, or maybe the stream's just gone on some sort of loop. But anyway, it's a great goal, so it's worth looking at a few more times, really. So I'm not going to complain about that particularly. It is, as it's half time, I'm just going to nip and get a drink and whatever. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So stay tuned for the second half, because I'm sure there's going to be a few more goals, hopefully from us as well. I could certainly see us getting another 2 or 3 if we really, really want to. But I suppose the other alternative is, knowing Arteta, we'll just sit back and win 3-0. But let's hope we get a few more goals, because it's been an enjoyable first half. So stay tuned. I'll be back in 5. Right, I'm back. So it's half time, so we should be ready for the second half quite soon. So I'm a little bit behind, so you may have already started. There's been some comments in while we were at half time. Let's have a look. I can see a surprising few fans by a couple of players in January. I can see them wanting to help Arteta as they promoted him. Well, yeah, let's hope so. We obviously need a few more additions, don't we? But I also feel that Arteta does need to try and get a bit more out of what we've got at the moment, which he's maybe not always been doing, has he, lately? Mara and Gabriel might be okay together, even though they're both left-footed. Just need a right-footed one. It's funny, isn't it? Because a lot of teams play with two right-footed centre-backs together, and nobody really kind of complained or says that that's strange, particularly. But yet, if you were to play with two left-footed centre-backs, people would think it is a little bit weird. So, I don't know. I don't see why it can't work. Because they're both good players, aren't they? Good defenders. So, we'll see. I mean, obviously, out of the two at the moment, Gabriel's in the pole position, isn't he? Because of how well he's played for a series of games now, or pretty much all season. So he would get the Nord first choice, I suppose, if we're going to play only one left-footed centre-back. But it's good to have Mari there. And, of course, if we are going to play three at the back again, which has maybe been our best system, then obviously we could maybe have Gabriel in the centre, as he's done before, with Mari left and maybe David Luiz right, or Holding or Chambers, whoever it might be. Not quite sure Holding and Chambers are the answer. I'm not quite sure if they're good enough long term, but maybe in a back three that could work with them two together. Maybe we'll see. But it's good to have the extra option, isn't it? Because you can never have too many decent players, and I think he's a decent player. So getting everybody back fit finally by the look of it. We've got Martinelli as well, who's not far away from making a comeback. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play again, and he could transform our attack, couldn't he? If he can come back quickly. I know sometimes a long injury can take a while to really, especially for a forward player, someone with pace who relies on that. They sometimes take a bit longer to come back to their best, don't they? So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it'd be good to have him back in the squad, won't it? Hopefully that could be quite soon. So a lot of games coming up in December, so we need everyone fit and available, don't we, really? Because no doubt we're going to get a few more injuries. So, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm pleased about that as well, adding a little bit of strength to the squad in these busy time of the season, isn't it? Always in December. So, but yeah, I see the second half's going to be starting soon. I wonder if we'll make any changes or whether we'll keep the same side. So it was a good first half performance. I know it's difficult to judge when they're so poor. This Vienna side. That's actually a lovely touch from Nelson to set up Nketiah for that goal. Actually, it was a good move all round, but that was a lovely little touch from Reece Nelson. I say he's had a good game. 2 assists, and he's looked really lively. But that was a good goal, well worked. So Pepe played his part with a nice low cross towards a penalty spot, and what a touch that is from Reece Nelson, absolutely brilliant. And then good save from the keeper. And I say he was maybe unfortunate that it's ended up in a goal because that was a good save. But Eddie showed what he's about, 6-yard box poacher, isn't he? Anything that's loose in the 6-yard box, he's going to get on the end of and stick away, and that's what he did there. Absolutely brilliant. So they've just got shown a pan of the stadium, and it is the lower tier that's open, probably 3/4 of it. So it's sort of like the north bank up to the corner of the east stand, and then through the west lower up to where the away fans would normally be at the clock end. So that's the bit that's open, and I say very, very spaced out. It is strange, isn't it? 2,000 fans in such a big stadium, but it is good to have them back. I mean, I know I've maybe been a bit critical of it. Not so much. It's good to have them back. I just feel as though with all the restrictions and the low numbers that it's almost pointless, and we maybe should have waited to get more in. But I know people are really keen to get back in, and I mean, I want to get back and watch the games live as well. But I'm not sure if I want to watch it in that sanitised atmosphere. Really, that doesn't excite me that much, if I'm totally honest. But anyway, we'll see what happens, how it develops over the next few weeks and into the new year, and see what happens. I mean, if we can get to a stage where we can have maybe 15,000 in, something like that, that'd be good, wouldn't it? That'd be a bit of an atmosphere going, and I think that could be really good. But at the moment, it's not something that really excites me too much, I must be honest. But anyway, it is what it is. It's the start of it, and getting them back. So let's see. Just to say, if if wherever you're watching this, it is going out on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube, of course. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, because I am very close. I was very close to 200 subscribers. I don't know whether or not I've reached it in the first half. I've not had a chance to check. But so if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please give it a like as well, either on Facebook. I've seen a few people on Facebook have liked it, which is great. So thank you very much for that. And if you're on YouTube or Twitter, to give it a like as well. And I say, please share the stream as well. And yeah, subscribe to the channel so I can get to me 200. Be nice to get to 200 at least before the weekend, wouldn't it? Before we play Tottenham. I can't guarantee that by doing that we'll win, but we'll certainly have more chance of winning if I've got 200 by Sunday. So there's an incentive for you if you haven't done so already. The teams are coming out now. Arsenal coming out first. I don't know what any reason why we're in the blue kit. Does anybody know why Austria Vienna didn't change their kit so that we could have worn red? But I mean, I don't mind. I just found it a bit strange that we are. Anyway, so Jonathan said, in terms of squad depth, I think we're okay with some of the younger players. It's just the starters. I think we need a right-footed centre back and a right back, and maybe 2 more correct midfielders. That's not much, is it? That won't cost us much. A few quid in January will do, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, we probably do need that many players, if we're honest, if we really want to compete again. But we'll see, obviously, what happens in January. See, we might get 1 or 2 in January. And strikers to play that, because I think it's obvious we need a striker as well. Although maybe Balogun will be the answer. Maybe he will. Who knows? Anyway, there's a substitution for Vienna. Actually, Dustin Hoffman's gone off, so he must be getting ready to film his next film. And Borak has come on, and they're making another substitution as well. It's Schrick is coming on, and Tracy Allman's gone off. So my 2 favourite players are there in the first half. Tracy Allman and Dustin Hoffman have both gone off. So thanks for that. They certainly wasn't the worst 2 players, were they? So that seems a bit strange. But anyway, they've took them off now. So no more references to 1980s comedy or movies. And we'll just have to concentrate on the football now in the second half, because that's gone. But it is 3-0. We just kicked off again. Arsenal now taking the goal to our left, which is, of course, the North Bank end, which does have a few fans behind it for a change for the first time in a very long time. We've got a throw in early on here on the near side. Our left, Kolasinac is about to take it. There's not a lot of movement in front of him, but there is now. And he waits, he throws it into Eddie Nketiah and gets it back. It's back with El Neni, and we're going back towards our own goal. Maybe we're going to make a remake of The Graduate. Yeah, maybe they are, yeah. He's obviously got a lot of things to do. That's probably why he can only play half a game, because he's busy. But anyway, that's a shame he's gone off, actually. But anyway, I'm not sure what that's a reference to. But anyway, we'll see. So 46 minutes gone, and it's 3-0. Oh, it's a great ball, actually. Reece Nelson tried to go around the keeper, but the keeper came out and tackled him on the edge of the box, actually. It's good play by the goalkeeper there, to be fair. Came out quickly. It looks as though Reece Nelson might have been in for a second. And now Vienna are attacking, counter-attack into the middle of the pitch. But we've got everyone back behind the ball, everyone in the right shape. Oh, a little ball's into the box. It's a shot across. It's a save by Renarsson. Oh, he's cleared off the line. And again. Wow, 3 clearances off. Oh, it goes in at the third attempt. All right, 3-1. Renarsson's finally letting a goal. But that's a strange goal, actually. I think it was Kitegwa who scored. It was a save initially from Renarsson, actually. It was a good save. Then the next effort was cleared off the line, I think, by Kolasinac. There was another effort which was blocked, and then finally they scored. It was a decent move, actually. The first shot, it was pushed out by Renarsson. The second shot was cleared off the line. The third one was actually twice Kolasinac off the line. That was a good finish, actually, to be fair. It was a good finish. Some rather strange defending. The goalkeeper didn't cover himself in glory, I've got to be honest. But 2 great blocks from Kolasinac there. And a decent enough finish. But yeah, it wasn't great defending, was it? Unfortunately. And our clean sheet's gone. And it's 3-1. So maybe the Rapid Vienna substitutes have made a difference. They've certainly come out looking a little bit more up for it in the second half. Paul's just changed his prediction to 5-1. Well, yeah, it might have to be 5-1. But it might even be worse than that at the minute, because we haven't started this half particularly well at all, have we? But anyway, let's see what happens. It's a typical Arsenal, isn't it? We can play well for one half. They've just had a shot from the edge of the box. Vienna comfortably over the bar. But Vienna have played better in the first 5 minutes of this, first 3 minutes of the second half than they did in the whole of the first half. So yeah, it was Kitagawa, or whatever his name is, who scored their goal. He took it quite well, actually, but 2 fantastic goal line clearances from Kolasinac, actually, just before that. But the goalkeeper didn't. We'd been praising him earlier, and he didn't exactly cover himself and say glory there, did he? Really, it was quite poor. But anyway, it is 3-1, and suddenly Vienna have got their tails up, and they've got a free kick now, 30 yards from goal. It was a foul from Maitland-Niles on Ritzmaier, and Vienna have a free kick. We don't really want him to score another goal, do we? Because that would not be good. Our confidence is quite low anyway, especially at home. If Vienna were to score another one and make it 3-2, that would not be very good with it. So we need to deal with this free kick. I say it's about 30 yards from goal, just slightly to the left-hand side. Quite a dangerous position, actually. It's too far out for a shot, I think, but certainly a chip into the box could cause us problems. Again, everyone's lined up on the 18-yard line. So let's hope that we can deal with this free kick. Oh, he did try a shot, and it was a comfortable save for Renarsson. He seemed quite a long way out, actually, to be hitting a shot. But anyway, it was Demir who had the shot, and it was, a comfortable save for Renarsson that time. Now Arsenal just trying to get a grip hold in the second half, because we've actually been really, really sloppy so far since half time. But Pablo Mari is now driving forward deep into the Vienna half. He's got the ball back from Pepe. There's a nice little turn, actually. Tries to play the ball down to Pepe, but it's cleared out for a throw. I think Pepe want to make his money. Yeah, I think he needs to do a bit more. I mean, he did a couple of good things in that first half, but he wasn't really involved as much, was he? I thought Reece Nelson had a decent first half. A lot more went down the right-hand side, and he got really involved. And Pepe did play a good part in the third goal, but yeah, he wasn't really been that involved. He's just put a cross in there, but he was offside. So yeah, I think he'll want more of the ball in the second half, won't he? Really, but we'll see what happens. I mean, 5 minutes gone in the second half. I say it's 3-1 now. Bit of a poor start. There's a little bit of singing from the crowd, which is nice to hear. But obviously, it's a bit of a strange atmosphere, to be honest. But anyway, it's a free kick to Rapid Vienna, where the goalkeeper just took it. There's a Czech lookalike goalkeeper. Pepe's now got the ball, and it's going to be a throw in to us on this near side left. Let's see if we can put a 90-minute performance in. We haven't managed to do it every all season, really. Even in the Europa League, we've been very one half good and one half poor. So let's see if we can put a good second half in to match that first half and win this game comfortably. You know, maybe make one or two subs as well. Get Balogun, as we said before, Smith Rowe as well. We want them two to get some minutes, don't we? Of course, you can make 5 substitutions in the Europa League as well. So we've got a chance to get a lot of players on in the second half later on. But let's get another goal, maybe get our 3-goal lead back, and then we can relax again. Because while it's 3-1, the next goal, nice turn there from Pepe on the edge of the box. It was a good run, but he got tackled, and then Reece Nelson followed up, and the shot's blocked. And Vienna looking to get a breakaway. Actually, coming. He's done well there. Actually, is that Kagawa again? He's got clear down this right-hand side across into the near post, but it's comfortable for the goalkeeper. It was Kitagawa again. Done well, actually. Down, he did well down the right-hand side for Vienna, and but his cross was straight into the goalkeeper's arms, really, so not a problem. And Renata just kicked it out to the far side to Cedric Suarez, to Mustafi. He's got it back again. Well, that was a bit of a loose pass from the goalkeeper. But it's well kept in by Mari, who then clips a long ball forward towards Pepe, but it bounces off his chest. And we've been this is a sloppy start to this half, actually. It's not looking very good at all. And it's still with Vienna, but Pepe wins it back. And Arsenal can get it out. And now we can maybe get a breakaway here. Lacazette. It's now Pepe, and is making the run in front of him. Pepe tries to feed it through, but it wasn't a very good ball at all. It runs straight through to the goalkeeper. And that kind of sums up Pepe for me. Nice little turn, nice little run. And then when it comes to the final ball, it was a poor final ball. Didn't give Eddie any chance whatsoever, and it went straight through to the goalkeeper. So that's where Pepe needs to improve, isn't it? He's got to improve his decision-making in the final third. He is capable of some great things, isn't he, as we know, but all too often he does what he just did there. And that's too many times he does that as well in a game. And I think that's the one area that he really does need to improve if he's going to, first of all, get a regular starting place in the Premier League team, and also go on to become the player that we all hoped he was going to be. And certainly he's got the ability to be. Obviously, the other night, I don't know whether you watched the Premier League review show I did with Paul, where Paul was saying that when we bought him, he thought he would be a very similar player to Mahrez. And I think he's probably got the ability, but for some reason he's not quite managed to become that important, has he, and that consistent. So, but let's see if he can improve that side of his game, and he's got a lot to offer, hasn't he? And a few fans there getting a wave on as well, waving to the cameras. We haven't seen that for a while, have we, at the Emirates? An Arsenal fan in attendance said, "Bring back Mesut banner." There's La there. Well, I'm glad about that, really, because I want to bring back Mesut as well. But let's worry more about the players at the moment until January. Let's worry about the players that can play and are playing, rather than the ones that can't. And let's hope in January the decision's made one way or the other. I think January has to be, he either has to play, get back in the squad and play, or they've got to sell him. I don't think we can have this carrying on anymore. Pele, Zidane or Maradona. Well, that's an interesting question, isn't it? For me, it would be Maradona, but that's just because I thought Maradona was just unbelievable. For me, he's the greatest player I've ever seen. But I haven't really seen much of Pele other than just on video clips. I never saw him play live, so I'm not really sure how I can judge him. Obviously, Zidane was a great player as well. There's no doubt about that. I just think Maradona would edge it over those three for me. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. You think it's 2005? Well, I think they have made a difference. Yeah, the atmosphere hasn't been quite as eerie and spooky as I thought it was going to be, which is great. So maybe I was too quick to write that off as an idea, but it just looked weird, doesn't it, when they're all sat there? It looks like I don't know if you remember the mural they used to have at the North Bank when they knocked it down at Highbury all those years ago. They painted a crowd on it. Kind of looks a little bit like that, doesn't it? Because everyone's still and not jumping around. But anyway, it hasn't been as bad an atmosphere as I thought it was going to be. So Jonathan Fixing can still come good once they're more settled side. We rarely get much over. No, we don't. That's true, actually. Maradona with one perfect UEFA Cup. I think he might have won the World Cup as well, actually. But and did he not win a few leagues in Italy as well with Napoli? But I'm sure the World Cup kind of trumps everything else that you can mention. Really, yeah. I mean, he did win the league as well, didn't he? Yeah, exactly. I mean, he took, didn't he, Napoli from being a mid-table team to competing for the league, winning it twice, competing in Europe and everything else. Maybe overrated. I'm not sure you can call Maradona overrated. You're certainly not overrated him, are you? I just think he was brilliant, Maradona. He just had everything, didn't he? Balance. I love left-footed players as well. Oh, hang on, we've got a chance here. Oh, there's a good save again from the goalkeeper, from Lacazette, I think it was. He's done reasonably well there, goalkeeper, actually. That was another good save he's made, and he was celebrating that as though he's just scored. But yeah, shot on the turn there from Lacazette. Lacazette could have had a hat-trick already, couldn't he? But that was a good save, actually. I don't know whether someone was offside. The linesman seems to have been flagging. I actually did well, Lacazette there. And there's no one offside. Well, Pepe would have been offside for the rebound, but it was cleared. It was cleared away. Well, yeah, but you're never going to win a trophy, are you? You're never going to win a World Cup or any trophy with just one good player in your team. You need to have other good players around you as well, don't you? Otherwise, you're never going to win it. But I mean, if you look at, say, for example, say the Brazil side from 1970, where Pelé, of course, played in the World Cup, and that was a great Brazil side, wasn't it? You know, so you could say the same about that. You know, they would have probably won that World Cup without Pelé. But in 1986, would Argentina have won the World Cup without Maradona? I don't think they would have done, because in the quarter-final against England, the semi-final against Belgium, and then the final against Germany, he won them games pretty much on his own. And yeah, you don't win a game of football with one player, but he was a player that made the big difference in all those games, wasn't he? But anyway, everyone looks at football differently. I just love Maradona. I love watching him play. I thought he was brilliant. Oh, another chance and another chance. And he's missed again. I think it was Eddie Nketiah with a first shot, which was saved again by the goalkeeper. He was actually having a good game. And I think it was Maitland-Niles with a follow-up, or was it Pepe maybe with a first shot? But yeah, it was Pepe's shot was blocked. It was Maitland-Niles. It was saved, and then it was Pepe with a follow-up, put it wide. But Maitland-Niles maybe should have scored. Again, you see, he lacked a bit of composure in front of goal. But we haven't got a corner out of it. I think the goalkeeper actually saved the shot from Pepe. He didn't put it wide. It was a save. We've got another corner. But yeah. With the hand of clown. Yeah, well, I still blame the referee and the linesman for giving that goal. They were to blame. Zidane, the whole of Argentina. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Zidane's not a great player, because he was a great player, but I still think Maradona just edges it for me. But there you go. Poor picture to defend. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no one can beat Maradona for me, but I understand that there's lots of great players that we've seen, and lots of great players that have graced the World Cups and stuff like that. So we've been lucky to see him already, haven't we? But for me, Maradona was the best. But I understand if people think Zidane might have been better. Oh, no, he scored straight from a corner there. Oh, it's been a free kick anyway. I think it was Reece Nelson again. I think El Neni might have fouled the goalkeeper, the Petr Cech looking goalkeeper, and it's a free kick to Vienna. What's the referee doing here? You get a yellow card. If it's El Neni's already been booked. Or is it Mustafi? Mustafi's jogging back. Yeah, it was Mustafi that got the yellow card. A bit worried it was going to be El Neni for a minute. He's already been booked, and that would have been him sent off, which wouldn't have been ideal, would it? But anyway, we've won the ball back. Pablo Mari's got it inside our own half. We're trying to build an attack. Pepe now's bursting through on his left foot, cuts it inside. Oh, he should have shot again. He makes the wrong decision. He made the wrong decision in the final third again. And that just sums up Pepe. He was on his left foot as well. He made a good run through. He had a great chance to just have a shot there. You know, it would have been, you know, he got past the defender there into the box. Why didn't he just hit that across the goal? Instead, he's cut inside. Then he's going to be on his right foot. And it was just, you know, Arteta's frustration there. You can see why it was terrible. Yeah, I'm overly pleased with Henry and his hand of God moment. Yeah, I mean, these things happen. And, you know, as a player, you sometimes do things and you get away with it. And the referees and the officials should be dealing with that. And now we've got VAR, of course, these things aren't really going to happen again, are they? Because you don't get away with anything these days, as Nicolas Pepe found out to his cost last week. Another poor corner, actually. We're talking about set pieces before. We're making a triple substitution now. Willian's coming on, Ceballos is coming on, and Emile Smith-Rowe's coming on. El Neni's going off. Of course, he's played an hour now. It's good that he's had a run out because he hadn't played for a while. So Ceballos is going to replace El Neni in midfield by the look of it. So it's good to see El Neni back. See if he's going to be playing on Sunday. Reece Nelson's coming off, actually, which is a bit of a surprise. I think he's had a good game. He's been replaced by Willian, although maybe they're looking at resting him for Sunday, which could be why he's come off. So let's not look at it too negatively. He's had a good game, so well played, Reece Nelson. And Willian's coming on, and he needs to do something. And actually, Lacazette's going off for Emile Smith-Rowe, and he's handing the captain's armband to Mustafi, which is nice. So Lacazette's coming off. He had a decent game, got a great goal, didn't he? He could have had a couple more. Is he being rested for Sunday as well? Be interesting to see, wouldn't it? Or he's getting a good ovation off the fans as well, in their nice neat lines as well. So anyone with OCD, it does look good, the crowd, which that's the only good thing I can say about it, really, is that they're all nice neat lines. But anyway, so Smith-Rowe's on, which is good. So he's going to obviously play that number 10 role that Lacazette was playing in. So let's see. It's a good opportunity for Smith-Rowe, actually, because he's not really played that much, has he? He had an impact, didn't he, last week against Mulder when he came on, set up the goal for Balogun. So let's see if he can have a little bit more influence in this game. He's got a bit longer, hasn't he, to really make a mark in this game. And straight away, he's on the ball there. Does well, actually. Kolasinac now down his left-hand side into Pepe. Holds his man off well, tries to turn, but turns into trouble, loses the ball. And unfortunately, that's what Pepe does too much of. Again, a poor decision when he had a chance. He's worked hard to get back, and he's won the ball back, actually. He's done really well there to win it back after his initial mistake to give it away. So he had a good, but again, you see that sums up Nicolas Pepe, doesn't it? He'll have one good moment and then a bad moment straight away, or the other way around. But anyway, we're now building an attack down the right hand side. It's with Willian, his first touch. He's forced back into his own half, actually. But we keep possession. It's now with Mustafi wearing a captain's arm, and that's a good ball, actually, out to Suarez on the right hand side. What's the delivery like? Oh, he plays the ball inside to Smith-Rowe, who made a good run, actually. He's found Willian. Plays it back to Ceballos. A lovely ball to Pepe. He plays it across the goal. Oh, and another miss. And couldn't quite get it. That was better from Pepe. It was the right ball across the goal this time. He maybe could have shot. He was slightly wide. But he played it across the 6-yard box, trying to give Eddie a tap in. It was just a little bit behind him, though. The replay coming up now, but it was a great ball from Ceballos, actually. Good run from Pepe. He was onside. Lovely pass. A lovely ball across the 6-yard box. Yeah, he's just in front of Eddie. Sorry, he couldn't quite stretch enough to get the touch. But it was a great goal. Maybe Eddie didn't quite read it enough, actually. It was a little bit on his heels. That's unusual for him because usually he gets into those positions well. But it should have been another goal, actually. We've missed 2 or 3 chances, haven't we, in the second half? We've got back on top again after a sloppy start. And Kitagara actually has gone off for Kara, who's come on. And now we've got another opportunity. Pepe plays the ball. It's played across the box, and we have scored. Reece Nelson. No, it's not. Sorry, it's Emil Smith-Rowe. Sorry. It's 4-1. Maitland-Niles set him up. That was a good move, actually. We just ripped them apart there. And it's 4-1. It's Smith-Rowe with the goal. I know someone will be very pleased about that. I'm sure he's watching somewhere, Andrew. He loves Emil Smith-Rowe, so he'd be delighted that he's got himself a goal. Another Europa League goal for him. He did score a couple of years ago, and he played a few Europa League games, didn't he? And scored a couple of goals. It was Pepe started this move. He ran at the defence, played it to Maitland-Niles on the right, and he's played it across the box. And a simple tap in. He was just about onside, I think, although no doubt VAR would have probably ruled that out if it had been in the Premier League. But it was a nice goal. And Smith-Rowe gets a goal after his assist last week. So he's having a good little spell at the minute, isn't he? Couldn't really miss it, to be fair. But then again, we've missed a few like that tonight already. Really nice goal. Yeah, it was a really nice goal. I'm actually pleased for Smith-Rowe as well because he's not really played much. Miss Arson. Yeah, well, I think we all do a little bit, if we're honest. But anyway, we're not allowed to say that, are we? Because we've got to support the new regime, which I do. Lovely bit of football. Yeah, he has. Yeah, Smith-Rowe's had a decent impact already in the 5 minutes he's been on. So he got an assist last week, and he's got a goal now. So brilliant for him there. We've got a throw now, left-hand side, deep inside the Vienna half. Kolasinac is about to take it. He fires Willian, holds off. He gets it back. Kolasinac. Is he going to put a cross in? Plays a 1-2 with Pepe, and it's back into the middle with Ceballos. That's a good ball to Pepe. He's won a corner. Pepe did well. That's a good first touch as well. And we've got a corner. So Pepe again has been hit and miss in this game, hasn't he? Some really good moments and some really sloppy moments. But that was a good moment there, a good touch, and he's won us a corner. The ball was pinged into him by Ceballos. A couple of times Ceballos has found Pepe now since he's come on. Whether that's going to bring Pepe more into this game, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the last 15-20 minutes or so. Yeah, no, it was good winning it back. Yeah, it was sloppy that he gave it away in the first place when we had a good opportunity for an attack. But yeah, if you're going to lose the ball, you've got to try and win it back. And he did that well. He's done that well a couple of times, actually. But that still doesn't excuse his poor decision-making at the other end of the pitch when he's given it away in the first place, when he's meant to be an attacking player. But anyway, again, he's played a sloppy ball up towards Emil Smith-Rowe that was never going to reach him. But we have one to throw in anyway. Actually, we'll make another sub. Callum Chambers is coming on. Another player returning from injury. It's Mustafi going off, so we're going to be changing captain again. I'm not sure who's going to get the armband now. But Chambers is coming on with his new beard, and he's had his haircut as well. Mustafi's coming off. He did all right, Mustafi, didn't he? He had a couple of chances to score in the first half as well, didn't he? It's good to see Chambers back, actually, another player back from injury. Paul just said Mari's now captain. Well, that's he's come a long way, hasn't he, from playing about 3 games for Arsenal to becoming captain. But anyway, it's good to see Chambers back as well, because he was playing well, wasn't he, before his injury? In 2004, I said that there's obviously Arsene Wenger's going to love Zidane, isn't he? Understandably so. And Zidane's a great player, as I said. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel Maradona was better. That was all. But it's just all football's about opinion, isn't it? And and to say Zidane, it was a great player. And he's done quite well as a coach as well, hasn't he? Winning a few Champions League. So, so Arsenal there looking comfortable again with the 4-1 advantage. Of course, we won our last home game in this competition 4-1 as well, didn't we? But this is an opportunity to get one more goal, and it'll make Paul's prediction come true as well, because he said 5-1, didn't he? So we certainly look capable of it. We've probably missed 5 or 6 good chances in this game, so we could have actually scored a lot more already. But I'm sure we'll get more chances. 20 minutes to go. So Pepe again just give the ball away sloppily, running up a blind alley. And these are the things he's got to cut out of his game, hasn't he? He's just got to cut out of his game. Well, let's hope it does help him. Yeah, I mean, he certainly had a good game last week, didn't he, against Mulder? He's done all right tonight. I say he's been a bit sloppy at times, but he's done some good things as well. Unfortunately, he's not going to get a run of games, is he? Because he can't play in the Premier League. But no doubt he'll play next week against Dundalk as well in the Europa League, the last group game as well. And then he'll only have one more game in his Premier League battle, won't he? After that, so and then he'll be back. So let's hope he can, because you know, we all want him to do well, don't we? He's our most expensive signing, and we can see the potential that he's got, the ability that he's got. He's just, I say, he makes too many wrong decisions in the final third. He's got to improve that. But we're making a good attack here, actually. Again, Smith Rowe plays it into the box towards Eddie, but he couldn't quite get it. The goalkeeper's out. And their goalkeeper, I have to give him credit, actually. I think he's had a good game, their goalkeeper. He's made 2 or 3 good saves. He was quick off his line again there to deny Eddie another goal. But this was a good move, actually. Willian let it go. Nice little 1-2 he played. Then played it into Smith Rowe. And the ball actually didn't quite have enough on it. It didn't come back enough. It wasn't a great ball from Smith Rowe, if we're honest. But it was a good move. Could have brought us another goal. And now Rapid Vienna have got a free kick just inside Arsenal's half. Pablo Mari with the foul. He's had a good enough game, hasn't he, Pablo Mari? We haven't been put under a massive amount of pressure defensively, so it's been a fairly comfortable game for him. But he's done well. Obviously, got his goal as well, which is nice. So yeah, he's done well. So it's good to have him back. And I say Callum Chambers is on as well now. I think he's just about to get his first touch. The ball comes out to Willian. Arsenal are looking to build an attack. Oh, a bit of a dangerous pass. I think it was Ceballos, but we cleared it. Well, there's a misjudgment there from Mari. Ball bounced over him. Maitland-Niles done well to work hard in front of the defence. That could be a good position for him, maybe. And Callum Chambers steps in and wins the ball. And now we've got a break on Ceballos. He didn't pass it early enough. He had options there. And now he's given away a free kick. He had a chance to release that ball a bit earlier, Ceballos. He held on to it too long and ended up conceding a free kick. An age thing, yeah, could be, yeah. Yeah, no, that's the point. Yeah, he maybe wasn't. He wasn't maybe shown as much, was he? And obviously, he played in Italy in the 80s for Napoli. We wouldn't have seen a lot of them games at the time. That's true. And we maybe didn't see as much of Maradona. Maybe that's why I've got the opinion I've got of him, that I really like him, because maybe I didn't see him that often, but every time I saw him, he was unbelievable. Yeah, the 82 World Cup was one of our favourite World Cups, actually. I must be honest. I mean, England did quite well as well. Didn't lose a game, actually, and still got knocked out. We couldn't score in that second group stage, could we? 2-0 draws against Spain and Germany. Wasn't enough to get us through. But England done well in that World Cup. It was a good World Cup, actually, wasn't it? There were some great games. Rossi ended up scoring goals for fun, didn't he? I think he got a golden boot, didn't he? That in that World Cup. Oh, there's a chance there for Vienna from a corner. Actually, when Arsenal looked a bit, flapped a bit there, actually. He came for it, didn't get it, and their defender headed in front of him. That was poor goalkeeping again, actually. He called for it, the goalkeeper. He never got nowhere near it. Luckily, that header went over the bar. So he's had a couple of shaky moments in the second half for Arsenal, actually. After we said how good he looked. But anyway, he's still a young lad, isn't he? He's not had much experience yet, so he will improve, I'm sure. Yeah, Keegan came on, didn't he, against Germany, missed that header. If he'd scored, we would have gone through. Yeah, that was a frustrating. No, it was against Spain, wasn't it? The header he missed in the last game against Spain, where we needed to win by 2. I think we had to win by 2 goals, didn't we? And he came on. Him and Trevor Brooking had both been injured, and Keegan had that one chance, and he missed his header. But yeah, that was frustrating, because we could have maybe won that World Cup. When you look at how it ended up in the end, of course, Italy won it, didn't they? They beat Germany in the final. Smith Rowe again, they're trying to thread the ball through to Pepe. He's looked really good, actually, Smith Rowe. Now Williams picked it up on the edge of the box. He goes past his man, shoots. Another good save. from the goalkeeper, but the flag was up anyway. I'm not sure. I don't know if Willian's effort would have stood, or whether the flag went up afterwards. I don't think Willian could possibly have been offside because he's won the ball. And the edge, or was it for a foul? No, it was a flag. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, it was Eddie Nketiah. No, in Maitland-Niles it was straight offside and was in front of the goalkeeper. But he made a good save anyway, and it stays at 4-1. But yeah, you can see why that was offside. It was Maitland-Niles ran across the line of the goalkeeper. A little bit too keen, maybe. He's had a couple of chances, Maitland-Niles, to get a goal, and I say his finishing's not been the best, but he's had a good enough game. I think he's played quite well, Maitland-Niles. It's a bit scrappy at the moment, the game, to be honest. But also they're trying to build an attack now. Pablo Mari driving forward. He likes to. I'm sorry, that was Ceballos. It's not Pablo Mari. It was Ceballos driving forward. But he's got quite lively actually. Because Pepe there was saying it was should have been his throw, but it's given to Vienna, and they're now making another substitution as well. It's Alar's going off, and it's Schulbacher's coming on. Schulbacher coming on with his. He looks a little bit like Rodriguez, doesn't he? Jay Rodriguez, who plays for Burnley, a little bit similar sort of hair and that. So, Danny Ceballos is now down with a little injury. I don't think it's anything serious, but he's back on his feet again. Well, he was caught a bit late there actually after he played the ball, but he's fine anyway. And Arsenal now got possession again. It's back with Renarsson just outside the penalty area. Plays it out left to Mari. Plays a long ball in towards Eddie Nketiah, but the goalkeeper's out quickly again. He's been their best player actually. Arteta then tries a little touch on the side of the pitch and doesn't really do particularly well. But anyway, but yeah, their goalkeeper's done quite well. He's looked quite lively. Been off his line quickly, made a couple of good saves, and he's probably been their best player. Arsenal looking to down his right hand side, get an attack going. Cedric Suarez has got the ball into Willian. Plays it back to Ceballos. Now Mari's got it just inside the Arsenal half. Plays it into the ball. It's a referee. It's a better touch than Pepe's actually, but lets Arsenal play on. It goes through to Willian. Little touch inside to Maitland-Niles. He tried to find Eddie. Was it a handball from the defender? It's a yellow card. Son Letner with the yellow card for a handball on the edge of the box there. It was Maitland-Niles trying to play the ball through. He tried to head it actually. It's come off the top of his arm. Bit of a strange thing there. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Well, was that when was it Socrates scored that goal, didn't he? Was that against Scotland? One of the great goals of that World Cup. It was 4-1 in the end to Brazil, wasn't it? I think Zico scored one of them. Yeah, that was a good game there because I think Scotland was the 1-0 up, weren't they, for a while? And then inevitably they did a Scotland thing in the World Cup and ended up losing. But it was a good game that. Yeah, there were some good goals in that. We got a free kick now, say 30 yards from goal, quite central. Ceballos hits it. Oh, another good save. Oh, the goalie's done another good save. I mean, Ceballos with a free kick. I never thought I'd see today. It's a good free kick, actually. Probably heading into the top corner. It's quite central, the free kick. It curled back, actually. It was a good save by the keeper. Chipped it over the bar. Another save from the goalkeeper. And Arsenal got another corner on the far side. The right-hand side is going to be Willian to take it. The referee just wants to have a word. I know it's going to be a substitution, actually. Balogun's coming on for Eddie Nketiah. So, Eddie had an all right game, didn't he? He scored his goal. He wasn't fantastic. He missed a couple of chances, but he got his goal. I'm sure he'll be pleased about that. And now Balogun's got a bit longer, hasn't he, than last week? It's good to see Balogun when he gets a really good reception from the crowd. That's nice to see as well. Brilliant that is. So Balogun comes on. He's actually got 10 minutes this week, a little bit more than last week. Can he get a goal? Oh, it's a header off the line. I think that might have been Ceballos again. Ceballos heads it again, and the goalie's got it. We nearly got a goal from that corner straight away. It might have been Ceballos with a header, cleared off the line. And now the ball's back with the goalkeeper. Oh, yeah, Falcao. Yeah, I remember he scored. Yeah, that was a good game. There actually, typical Scotland World Cup game, really. But anyway, they've qualified, haven't they, for the Euros next summer? So it'll be good to see them in a tournament again, won't it? Well, so can we get the 5th goal in these last 10 minutes? It'd be lovely for Balogun to get one, wouldn't it? That would just put the seal on this with Smith Rowe and Nketiah scoring as well. That really would put the seal on this night, wouldn't it? Nice, comfortable night. So yeah, the centre back pairing now is Mari and Chambers, of course, 2 players that have been out for a long time. So it's good to see them back as well. So it's a really positive night overall this for Arsenal. Let's see if we can finish it with another goal, which would be good. Be our biggest. That would be the first time we've scored more than 4 goals under Arteta if we can manage it. We've scored 4 a couple of times, haven't we? Beat Newcastle 4-0, Norwich 4-0. We scored 4 in the Europa League as well against Mulder. So let's see if we can get 5. Willian has just gone past his man. Ball inside to Balogun, holds it up well, plays it back to Ceballos, chips it to the far post to Pepe. A good touch, actually. A nice little ball in to Maitland-Niles, who tried a backheel back to him. Maybe a little bit too clever. Eddie, I think it's a handy sub. Yeah, I think Eddie is a handy sub because he's a goal scorer, isn't he? And I think that Balogun's going to be a useful sub as well. Let's see if he gets on the bench on Sunday. Sunday's team's going to be quite interesting, isn't it? It's going to be really interesting actually to see what team he picks first of all, and then who the substitutes are as well. Who's on the bench? So I think Reece Nelson deserves a start possibly. So it'd be good to see Balogun on the bench. The crowd are singing there; you can hear them, which is nice. I'm sure there were some rules I wasn't meant to chant and sing, but anyway, it's good that they are. Pepe's now got the ball out on his left-hand side, whips in a cross. That's a good cross towards Balogun, but it's cleared away. Balogun's got it again in the area, does really well, shows good strength, holds it up, Maitland-Niles across, and it's cleared away. Arsenal played some nice football in the penalty area there. Balogun did well there, actually. Held the ball up well, laid it off to Maitland-Niles. It was a good cross initially from Pepe. Balogun did really well then. He held it up, 2 defenders there. Lovely little touch to Maitland-Niles, and he tried to find a cross. I think it was Smith Rowe again waiting at the far post where it would have been a second tap in for him, but it was cleared away. It's another corner. Willian's going to take it again, this time from the near side, which is the Arsenal left. But there's an injury at the moment to one of the Vienna players. Looks in some discomfort. But the medical people are one of these. He's walking off the pitch. So obviously, it's not a serious injury or serious problem for him. He's just going off the pitch now, walking off. And Arsenal take this corner, so from the left-hand side. It looks like it's going to be Willian with it to curl it in with his right foot into the near post. It goes right the way across. Ceballos keeps it in at the far post. Suarez now delivers across. So header comes in over the top. I think that was Mari looking for his second goal. That would have been good, wouldn't it, if he got another one? But you couldn't keep that header down. It's gone over the bar. There's now just over 5 minutes of normal time to go. There'll probably be 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time, I would have thought, for the substitutions and a couple of minor injuries. So we've still got enough time to get another goal, the 5th goal. But it'll be the first time we've scored more than 4 under Arteta. So it'd be nice if we can do it. I think Spurs' right-hand side can be got out as Urian, Dyer, Bamiyang. Yeah, maybe. They'll probably feel the same, but us, won't they, if Bellerin's playing. But anyway, we'll see what happens on. I don't want to think too much about Sunday yet because I'll start to get too worried. Just want to enjoy the rest of this game really in relative comfort before the stress of Sunday starts. Pepe's now got the ball down his left-hand side. Goes past the defender well, actually. Stands across up to the far post looking for Willian, but it's headed behind for another corner. I don't know how many corners Arsenal have had in this game, but it must be 12 or 13. Seems to be having corners every few minutes. I think Pepe's going to take this one. He done well there, Pepe. Beat his man. His shirt was being pulled, but he dinks a lovely cross actually into the 6-yard box, headed behind for a corner at the far side. I think Willian's going to take this one. Again, he's being outswinger this time from the far side, the right. He's going to swing it in, outswing it with his right foot into the near post. He's cleared away. Falls to Suarez, back out to Willian, into Suarez again. Oh, he tried to drill it across the box, but it was cleared away. But not very far. Pepe's now got it out on the right-hand side. Good cross into the box. The header comes in. He's headed over the bar. Was it Balogun, or did the defender get in front of him? Yeah, I think the defender got in front of him for another corner. So Arsenal had another corner. This one's played in short to Willian inside the penalty area. He turns and faces his man, plays it back. Pepe dinks another cross in, another header comes in, but it's comfortable for the goalkeeper. I think that might have been Chambers, was it, at the far post? I know it was Mari again. So it's 3 minutes now plus stoppage time to play. Are we going to get this 5th goal? We've threatened it a few times. We've had some chances. The goalkeeper's done well, so we haven't managed to get it yet. But let's see. Klasnet's coming forward now. Plays it to Pepe on his left-hand side. Plays it back towards Ceballos. It's played back into the middle. Maitland-Niles to Chambers. Suarez then finds Willian out on his far touchline. Goes past his man well. It's a cross to the far post, a dangerous cross as well. Kolasinac was coming in, but it's cleared again by the defender. It's another corner for Arsenal. I don't know how many we've had. I say it hasn't come up on the screen, but I don't know. I'm going to guess at 20 corners. It must be somewhere around about there because we seem to have had lots in this game. Willian done well, and actually it was a decent cross, curling away from the goalkeeper. It was headed up behind for a corner. Willian's going to take this corner as well. This time it's from the near side, so he's going to swing it in with his right foot. In fact, he plays it out to the edge of the box, to Ceballos, to Pepe. Pepe puts another cross in, but it's far too deep. It's gone right over to the far side. Can Ceballos keep it in? He can. He's got a throw in over on the far side. He throws it back to Maitland-Niles. Arsenal still just keeping possession. Mari's got it at the moment. Plays it to Kolasinac, out to Pepe. Plays it inside. Balogun again holds the ball up well. Got a defender on his back. He's won a throw in. Show good strength again there, Balogun. He's done that a couple of times now with his back to goal. Very strong. Holds his defender off. It's now going to be a throw in which Pepe is going to take. No, he's not. He gives it to Kolasinac. Oh, Kolasinac nearly loses the ball. He's got it back again. Tries to find Pepe, but Vienna managed to get it clear, but not very far. It's been a bit of a scrappier second half, hasn't it, if we're honest? Rapid Vienna got a goal back quite early on. It was a bit of a pinball game in our penalty area, a couple of clearances off the line. But we've had a lot of chances as well. We scored a 4th goal, which was a well-worked goal from Emil Smith-Rowe, and then we've had a lot of chances. Willian now with the effort, just wide. Takes a shot from about 25 yards. And Willian looks a little bit more lively since coming on. I know this isn't a great opposition. It was a quick free kick there. He got the ball, got it out of his feet and tried to drill it in the bottom corner, but it was always going wide of the post. So the goalkeeper wasn't troubled on that occasion. He's going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time. So we've got 3 minutes to get this 5th goal. And I say it'd be nice if Balogun could get it as well, wouldn't it, to put the seal on this. After getting his goal last week, it'd be nice if we can get another one. We'll see what happens. So the final 3 minutes now, stoppage time. Let's see if we can get another goal. It's a goal kick currently to Rapid Vienna, which the goal is just about to take. He's going to go long as well because everybody's on the halfway line. It's flicked on. And Chambers plays it all the way back to Renarsson. He kicks it long towards halfway, but it's a Rapid Vienna head. Plays it forward. Mari wins that header. Now Arsenal can get a break with Ceballos. Plays it to Kolasinac on his left-hand side. He's got Pepe outside him. And he finds Pepe. Pepe beats one man. Can't beat the second man, but we've still got the ball. It comes back to Maitland-Niles. Plays it inside to Dani Ceballos. Arsenal keeping the ball well here. Pepe again, and Maitland-Niles and Pepe just having a little 1-2 between them. Pepe again on this touchline into Kolasinac. Back to Pepe, and Arsenal now get a throw. We're keeping the ball well, but we're not really making any penetrating runs in behind at the moment. Like, we're just happy to keep the ball and maybe just see this out for a 4-1. But we'll see. We still might get one more chance. We're halfway through the 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's Cedric Suarez now coming forward. It goes out to Willian, who's been right over on that right-hand side, actually, on the touchline most of this time that's coming on. Then it's the Ceballos, clips it into Balogun. Oh, that was his chance. Over the top from Balogun. That was his chance for his goal. Nice ball in from Ceballos. He made a decent run, actually, in front of his man. He pointed where he wanted the ball. He was onside, a good run. Oh, and he got there. He just couldn't keep a shot down. But it was good movement from Balogun, actually. He got there well. He just couldn't quite keep the shot down. It's just over the top. And that was perhaps his chance there to get his goal. The final minute now of stoppage time. I think that might well be it now. I don't think we'll probably won't get another chance now. But that was a good bit of play again from Arsenal. We've played some good football at times. It's been very low key this second half, to be fair. And at least Vienna played a lot better in the second half than they did in the first half. At least they've come out of a little bit of pride, I suppose, from their point of view. But let's see, we might have one more chance. So Ceballos plays it inside to Kolasinac now in a central position. Smith Rowe plays it on to Willian. Then his right-hand side, he just cuts a little ball back inside to Ceballos. Is he going to shoot? He is. Or it's a comfortable save from the goalkeeper. That will probably be that. Ceballos there with that shot. It had a bit of power, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. And that was a comfortable save for him with his pair check cap on. He kicks the ball long, and there goes a full-time whistle. It's finished. Arsenal 4, Rapid Vienna 1. Very, very comfortable victory in the end for Arsenal, really. The game was won before half-time with those 3 goals. Bit of a sloppy start to the second half. Rapid Vienna did put a goal back. But Arsenal got a 4th goal and could have maybe scored 3 or 4 others. It was Lacazette who got the first goal just 10 minutes in, a great strike from 30 yards. Pablo Mari headed the second after 17 minutes from a Reece Nelson corner. And then in the final minute of the first half, Eddie Nketiah followed up to score to make it 3-0 after his initial shot had been saved, following good work from Lacazette, Pepe and Nelson again. And then in the second half, I say the Austrians pulled a goal back. It was Kitagawa, the 4th attempt, actually. The goalkeeper made a save, and then 2 efforts were cleared off the line by Kolasinac before Kitagawa scored. And for about 10 minutes, we looked a little bit shaky, but we then settled down again. It's good to see the first time I've seen the players clapping the crowd at the end of a game. That's actually been the best part of the night for me, seeing that, because it's been a long time since we've seen that happen. So, and Arteta as well, walking around clapping the fans. So that's really nice to see, actually. I say in the end, we did get a 4th goal. It was Smith Rowe. He'd only just come on. A good move, actually. He was set up by Maitland-Niles for a tap-in. Made it 4-1. I'd say we had loads of other chances. Could have had a few more. Their goalkeeper played well. And it's a comfortable victory in the end. And we win the group. 5 wins out of 5. Fantastic. So we've got one more game, of course, next week away in Ireland against Dundalk, which I'm sure will be a comfortable game with a much changed team. And now we can start to look ahead and maybe be a little bit concerned about Sunday's North London derby, which of course is going to be a very tough game, isn't it? Sheffield did score a decent win, a few goals, a bit of confidence. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But having said that, we've won all our Europa League games quite comfortably. 3-0 last week, 4-1 the week before. And we still not took that into the Premier League, have we? It's guaranteed us top of the group. Yeah, it should get us an easier draw next one. Exactly. Yeah, we needed to win the group. It was always looking likely, wasn't it? A few games ago, really. Kolasinac. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he passed him around forward. Yeah, I didn't think I ever see that. But having said that, he was playing against a very, very poor side. But anyway, yeah, it was a bit of a shock to see him. He did it a couple of times, I think. Actually, I don't know whether maybe I dreamed it, but I'm sure he did it a couple of times. But yeah, I mean, it is good. And let's hope it does build a bit of confidence. But it just hasn't done so far, has it? For me, the big pluses were seeing Mari back, get a full 90 minutes and a goal as well. You can see he hadn't played for a while. He looked a bit rusty at times, but he played well in the end. It was good to see Chambers get on as well. That was good. And obviously a goal for Smith Rowe, which I know my friend Andrew will be very pleased about because he does love the guy. So that was all good, positive stuff. It was a good performance, wasn't it? We have to take into account the fact that the Austrians was not a great side, were they? I was quite disappointed in the way they played because I thought they looked a lot better in the home leg when we played them. So I was expecting it to be a tougher game tonight, but luckily it was comfortable. We didn't have to overexert ourselves, and we could still have scored 7 or 8 goals, couldn't we? I still think finishing's a bit of an issue because, although we scored 4, we did miss a hell of a lot more, didn't we? But we can't grumble too much. We won the game comfortably. We topped the group. And I say now we can put the Europa League almost to one side. I do want to win the game next week against Underdogs. Get 6 wins out of 6. I can't remember last time we did that in a group stage of a European competition, actually. We may have done it in the Champions League once, possibly. Maybe the year we reached the final, actually. I can't remember. But it's certainly been a long time since we've done that. So, it'd be nice to finish off that one. But we can now relax a little bit, can't we, for a couple of days before there's stress. And it is going to be stress, isn't it, on Sunday? So, anyway, thanks to everybody for watching. There's been some great comments in the chat tonight. Jonathan, of course, Kevin as well from Jersey. He pops in quite a lot as well. Obviously, Paul, the Everything Arsenal podcast as well with some great stuff. Georgie as well, of course, who the Zidane fan. He doesn't like Maradona as much, but that was a good conversation that we had as well. So thanks for that. Lar was in a bit earlier as well. Which was nice. So there was some good Mark as well, of course, the Tottenham fan who was in before. He might well be coming on the show tomorrow. So so tomorrow night it's another Positive Arsenal podcast. It's the pre-North London Derby show. I've got a Tottenham fan already booked to come on, Paul, and now it looks like Mark's going to come on as well. So we'll have 2 Tottenham fans. Melvin's coming on as well, and also Paul as well is coming on. So it's going to be a good show. Actually, it's going to be 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. A little bit later because of a few people working and stuff. So it's going to be 8 o'clock tomorrow night. It's going to be a really good show. So please tune in for the channel for that if you haven't doing anything else. And because that'll be going out live, I say 8 o'clock tomorrow. Should be a good conversation. There, a couple of Spurs fans on, so we'll try not to let them rub it in too much. The fact that they're top of the league, I'm sure we'll just get out our FA Cup winners medals, and that will keep them in their place, won't it, for now? So, but it'll be a good show. It'll be a good laugh, I'm sure. And some great memories as well of obviously previous North London derbies, which I know Melbourne will have a lot of good stories for us as well. I've got a few as well from some North London derbies down the years, some fun and games that we've had there. Let's win next week. Smith Rowe Balogun should start. No, thanks for watching, Jonathan, and thanks to everyone else for watching as well. Thanks for the support. Try and watch it. Yeah, I mean, I'll be doing a watch along. I'll be doing a watch along Sunday as well of the game against Tottenham. Although if we start losing by a few goals, I might give up and go and sit in the corner and cry. But hopefully, it won't come to that. The show tomorrow should be good. So if you're around at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, tune in because that's going to be a good show. I say with a couple of Tottenham fans on now, so it'll be a good laugh. That's 8 o'clock, and I will be doing a watch along Sunday as well. I also want to try and do a watch along for the women's game as well. They're playing against Birmingham this weekend. It's just whether I can find a stream to be able to watch it because it's quite difficult to watch some of these women's games, which is quite frustrating actually. But I will be doing some coverage of it anyway. If I can't do a watch along, I'll do a report on the game afterwards and stuff like that. But I'm hoping I can do a watch along for that. But if not, I'll definitely be doing one for the North London Derby anyway. So stay tuned, obviously, for that as well. Thanks to everyone for watching. Everyone in the chat, as I say, some great stuff there. Kept me amused as well through the game. Nice, relaxed game, wasn't it, for a change, which was nice. So thanks to everyone for that. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I say I'm desperately trying to get to me 200 subscribers as soon as I can. and then they'll be on the way to 300 after that. But let's get to 200 first. So yeah, if you haven't done so, please click over and subscribe. So if you're watching it elsewhere other than on YouTube, come across and subscribe there as well, and give it a like as well wherever you're watching it. So there's been a few likes actually on Facebook as well, which is nice. So again, thanks to everyone for your support. And I say don't forget to tune in for tomorrow. So just round up here tonight, I say a nice 4-1 victory for Arsenal, wins us the group through to the knockout stage of Europa League. That's been the one positive of the season so far, hasn't it? Our performances in the Europa League. But having said that, the opposition has been pretty weak, hasn't it? But let's hope that we can take a little bit of momentum for this into Sunday, because that's when we need to win. If we can put in a performance on Sunday, get a result, then that could be a season-changing game, couldn't it? Where that could be the difference between, you know, putting us back into a good run of form again coming up to Christmas. I think it's a really important game. So now we can start to think about that. Now we've put this Europa League to bed. And yeah, so it was a good performance from Arsenal in the end, a comfortable victory. A few goals as well, which was nice. Some nice, good goals as well. You know, the Lacazette goal in particular is worth watching again and again, isn't it? A fantastic strike that was to start it all off. Seemed like a long time ago now, but a great strike that was as well. I say good to see 90 minutes for Pablo Mari as well, and a goal for him. So positive night all round. I'll try and catch up with Mikel Arteta's press conference as well to see what he has to say about that. But yeah, good positive night all round. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for you guys in the chat. Thanks to everyone for the support of the channel. And of course, in the meantime, as always, we always finish the same way, positive mood. And I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow night for the show, and also on the watch along on Sunday as well. Of course, in the meantime, as always, come on, you Gunners. Come on, 4-1. Let's win on Sunday. Come on.